Yo, welcome to the show. Gather round, listen close. We got George, Brock, and Jay. Hey, bringing you the most NFL podcast. It's about to go down. Three amigos ready to run this town. George, man, he's the Eagles' #1 fan. Obnoxious and loud. He'll make you understand. He'll talk.
I want to hear the song. Play it up. Turn it up.
You want it up again?
I want to hear the song.
He's just living a dream. Brock repping the Ravens, always bringing the heat. With analysis that's so on point, it's elite. He knows the game inside out, no doubt. Just don't get on your bad side, he'll call you out.
Yep. Welcome back to the Vault Studio NFL podcast. I will call you out. You'll see it on the social media. If you want to see it, it's the Vault Studio. Get on it. Instagram.
Your
socials.
Instagram game's been outstanding.
It's been really well. I'm been
tier.
happy with it.
Top tier memes, top tier bars. We've got everything here.
We're here.
Like,
This is the
We're-
Vault
we're-
Studio.
we are just flying at the moment.
Well, look, I was a little concerned this week because the beef that went on in the group chat. Like, I'm used to pulling apart two daughters fighting. It was I literally had to send a message saying, "Boys, I can't have my guys
This is
fighting."
the
with each other."
problem. This is the problem, right? This is the problem when you get a telephone tough guy and an actual tough guy.
I
and-
think
and you-
you're
and you-
all
and you-
telephone tough
And,
guys.
and
I think the biggest one is me.
When you get a telephone tough guy and he starts poking the bear of an actual tough guy,
Like what Billy did.
it can escalate.
I'm just saying.
I don't want things to escalate.
He's a
with my
Philly fan.
friends.
He's Mick Mill. He's Twitter fingers. You're
No,
not trigger. You're not trigger fingers.
Can you stop commenting on Selena Gomez's
Yeah,
post?
can you-
We need to have a real talk about this.
you. You could, it wasn't actually. It wasn't a Selena Gomez post. It was a complex post about Selena Gomez.
Oh, can you
What
stop
did I-
commenting on posts about
I
Selena
comment
Gomez?
on
Selena
everything,
Gomez.
bro. What did I say?
He's the old man yelling at this guy. He's Georgie boy. Let's get stuck in the show first, though.
what was the comment? Wait,
I can't even remember. It was we both saw it at the same time. We were like, George just comment on Selena Gomez
Oh,
or
I
getting
remember
off social media.
That's right. I remember what it was. I said, why is she announcing her departure like it's a fucking airport? Just fucking leave.
It was funny.
If you're getting off socials, just get off, man. You don't need to announce your departure. It ain't fucking Tullamarine Airport.
She's
See you later.
famous.
She's not, mate.
She's famous.
What? She's famous for what?
Singer and actress.
Singer,
Do
actress.
you think she's a good singer? Do you?
She's a triple threat.
No, I didn't say that.
Do you think she's a good
But
actress?
she has
what's
songs.
What's her third threat?
Being hot.
Did she
She's,
do a?
she's fatter than me, bro. Shut up.
Did she do a sex
Yeah,
tape?
hot.
No,
No.
not yet.
No,
Fuck
no.
Justin Bieber though.
Who hasn't?
She probably has.
Not me.
I
haven't.
She probably caught something off him.
I
Let's be
definitely
honest.
haven't. I definitely haven't.
All right, let's get stuck in the show. Shout out David Sinclair. Happy birthday, young
shout
man.
Out, and shout out to Selena Gomez.
Hey, we'll be spending Super Bowl at the Sporting Globe
Yes,
this
we will
year.
be. We'll be there.
with a great man.
Get your
Shout out to
tickets.
DS. We'll be
Sporting
there.
Globe.
All you'll need to do is look for my fat head, and you'll see us there.
You'll
Yeah,
be in,
get-
you'll be in
get
with the
your
Ranger
tickets.
boys, mate. There'll be plenty of
100%.
fat head
Yeah,
in there.
plenty of fat heads. Mine will slip right in.
15 venues nationwide. Get your tickets. Party at the Sporting
Yeah.
Globe. Have a good
Julian
show.
Corbett getting punched in the side of the head, someone thinking that you're him. Like, oh, that's not the Greek one. Shit.
That's the Aussie one. I always get them mixed up. Damn it. Shout out to Jules. Shout out Julio.
All right, let's get stuck into it. Eagles fall apart. Georgie Boy, take us away, young man.
So, you know, I was going to come in here today, and I was going to be quiet, and I was going to be calm, and I was going to be measured
No,
I truly was.
Bullshit.
Hand on my heart, I was going to be measured. But then I saw the great man Jason Kelsey on the sidelines crying,
Mm.
and that completely fucking set me off. And now I'm going to fucking go nuts. Fuck you, Philadelphia Eagles. I fucking hate the lot of you. You all deserve to fucking be cut. Every single one of you. Every single one of you.
Even Jordan Mailata? Or is he-
Yes, all of them. All of them.
Wow, the
Mate.
O-line was fucking good.
No, they weren't. They were everyone.
They were terrible.
No, they weren't. They were fucking terrible. Jalen Hurts was running for his life
This game.
the entire fucking game. Like, they looked completely disinterested from the opening fucking snap. The opening drive, Baker Mayfield
Mm.
drove the fucking field 75, 80 yards, whatever it was, in under 5 minutes and scored a touchdown. As soon as they scored that touchdown, I said to myself,
You messaged us saying
no.
it's over.
I messaged you after the second drive where they scored a field goal. I said,
That's
game
right.
over.
You
Game
did-
over
you
because I
actually-
knew
He did. I
I
saw it.
because I knew after that first drive, I knew our offense was so fucking anemic. I thought, we can't score 10 points. We're done.
What did they score? 16 in the end? Did they get junky?
No,
junky
the-
They scored 9 points, bro.
9 points.
They didn't score 9. That's all
They
they.
scored 9 points.
9 points.
I scored when it was 10-0. I messaged you guys. I said game over because I knew we could not score 10 points.
Which is outrageous considering what Devontae Smith did in that game.
Yeah, he
Because
had
he was-
nearly 180 yards.
He had 100 yards at halftime.
Yeah.
And then it was like, all right, let's just throw screens now. instead
So
of throwing
hang on,
it
I just want to take it. We'll
Yeah.
get into the stats. I just want to take it back.
Hmm.
So from the first snap, everybody, offense, defense, special teams, looked completely disinterested. This is the NFL. This is the playoffs. This is Monday Night Football. You're on the road. You need to start well. Everybody and their fucking dog. Troy Aikman said it on the broadcast, right? He's Mr. I call him Captain Obvious because he just says the most obvious shit. Anyway, he's so fucking dumb. Anyway, even he was like, "Oh, Philly need to start really hot here." I'm like, "Yeah, no shit, Captain Obvious." And
Thank you.
but they did. He was right. Although it was obvious, he was right. They did, and they looked like they'd already booked their trips to Cancun. Let's be honest, every single one of them. Like this is the NFL. What are you guys doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? So, and then Tampa goes out and completely dominates the first quarter. Absolutely fucking.
If they didn't drop the ball 7 times in the
Mate,
first half,
forget
the game's over.
Forget about that. Forget about that. You're right, but put that to the side. All right. This isn't Peyton Manning's Colts. This isn't Tom Brady's
Bucks or Patriots.
16-0 Patriots.
Yeah.
This is Baker Mayfield's Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Mm.
And in the first fucking quarter of a playoff game, they put up 178 total yards in the first quarter. Can you believe that?
And they dead set dropped about 5 passes in the first quarter.
In the first
Mike
fucking
Evans
quarter,
dropped a 60-yard touchdown.
in the first quarter of a playoff game, and we let Baker Mayfield and that fucking offense, which ain't that great. Their defense is good.
Does it change your mind if Baker he did wake up feeling dangerous? Does that change your opinion on it?
Man,
I don't know. Just when he wakes up like that, he normally lets the Cleveland Browns down.
How all right. So 178 yards in the first quarter
Yep.
to our 26.
Yep.
26 yards of total offense in the first quarter. The game was over at quarter time. I texted you boys saying, game over. It's done.
I didn't think it was over then. I've got to admit, I was surprised with
What gave you the indication that it wasn't over?
because the second quarter they kind of fought back and got to within a score. They did because they scored
Yeah.
and then they missed the extra point. Like,
Right. No, yeah, they missed it. No. There was a penalty in the extra point and they went for two.
They went for 2 and didn't get it. That's right. And then like that was when I was like,
even that was just a lucky pass to Smith. Even that was lucky. It was just broken, one broken coverage. That's all it was.
I also don't understand why they went for 2 because they got the penalty because the two it was 16 to 9.
Yeah,
You kick the field goal, you kick the extra point still.
it's still one
You
score.
score a touchdown, you're up a point. Like it didn't make any sense. It was like Sirianni was doing it just for the sake of doing it.
We're going to get to Sirianni.
Did they run the tush push?
They
They
did.
did.
Yeah, that
And
was when they stopped
did.
it.
92% of the time.
And then Vita. And
Yeah,
then
I
Vita
get
Vea-
it. But you didn't need the extra point. So why put
No, but it's 1 yard though.
yeah, no, but I understand the yard. It's not about getting the yard or not getting
Do
the
you
yard.
need it?
Because
it's situational. bro.
missing the point meant nothing, getting the point meant nothing.
Mm.
Like it really didn't matter getting that extra point because it made it a 5-point game, whereas not getting it, kicking the extra point. So kicking the extra point made it a 6-point game.
and not getting it made it.
Getting
was
the
still
2
7
made it a
points,
5-point
yeah.
game.
Yeah, it's
So it
stupid.
didn't make it any different. You still had to score to
Or a
get in
touchdown,
front.
correct.
And even if you score
Which
and
they
then
didn't
kick
score-
a field
which they didn't-
goal,
they
you're
didn't
still only up a field goal.
And they
Like,
didn't
less than
score
a field
again.
goal.
They didn't score again, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't get it. It was like
So-
Sirianni was trying to get something going. I don't know.
The other thing I want to talk about.
Trying to spark the team.
Maybe, yeah.
The other
But
thing
then
I
you're
wanna talk-
putting Jalen Hurts.
It's
He got
unnecessary.
fucking annihilated on it. That guy had him around the. I think it was Devin White.
Yeah.
Had him around the neck.
That
and
definitely could have been a fucking face mask.
It was a face mask, but anyway, it doesn't matter because we didn't score again.
And then
so it
you got
didn't matter.
Jason Kelsey at the bottom of the pile.
Yeah, exactly.
Your 37-year-old All-Pro center. Wouldn't you just be like, you know what? Let's just kick the extra. Let's give him a break.
Kick the extra point, get off the field.
Yeah.
get
So
points.
the other
Get
thing I want to
points.
talk about is the play calling.
Oh,
like-
atrocious.
I understand that the Bucks, blitz a lot. They're good against the run. I get that. We're trying to throw quick screens, quick bubbles to try and beat the screen, right? But
Mm.
we literally had no running game at all. Nothing.
Well, your first 3 plays, you ran the ball 3 times.
no,
and
two
two
plays.
Yeah,
two
and
plays.
you got 19 yards or something, and then you
So,
didn't go back to
Swift-
run for 15
in the
straight
first
plays.
in the first half.
Yeah.
Swift had. I looked it up because I'm
Yeah.
like he's barely touched it, so I looked it up. He had 4 carries for 16 yards in the first half. That
Yeah.
was it.
I just don't know how you ever
You know,
establish the running game if you
exactly.
don't try to.
Exactly.
I'm
You
not
have
saying
to
just keep
establish it.
running it into a
Yeah, but
battering
you have to
ram,
at least try it, bro. 4 carries in a half is not enough.
Yeah, I
Right?
agree.
And not only that, you have a quarterback that can run as well.
Well, I think that's the problem. I don't.
So
You keep going,
try,
and I'll
try.
then
At least try something, because whatever they were doing wasn't working, because they weren't reading the blitz, they weren't picking up the blitz, and Hurts was literally running for his life the whole fucking
I
game.
can tell you very simply why. What I think anyway. They fucking quit.
Yeah, I'm telling you that. I said that from the jump,
And that's
they
why,
were
like,
uninterested.
I hate Nick Sirianni, and he's carrying on like a fuckwit, and I think this is a bit of just desserts for him. I do believe
Yeah,
that.
I agree.
But if the team hasn't quit on him, I don't think they should fire him. But I truly
We'll get to that.
believe
We'll
the
get to
team's
that.
quit on him.
We'll get to that.
Because that game, I have never. The tackling was.
We'll get to that too.
You got
That's
that coming?
next
Yeah,
time on
because I
list.
want to get to that too.
I'll get so. And just as a quick side note, because I looked it up when the last time we played the Bucks, and I remember thinking
You ran for 214
Yeah.
yards.
Swift. I'm like, Swift carved them up last time. What's he doing? And I looked up the stats. He had 130 rushing yards
Yeah.
against the Bucks in week 3.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, that's the
listened to
most.
a podcast say it was 214 yards total rushing.
That's the most yards that any back has gotten on them all year.
Yeah.
So, like, why are you not at least leaning into that or trying that?
Mm.
Dude, it worked last time. Why wouldn't it work this time?
Yeah.
At least try it. The other thing I want to talk about. Have a guess what we went for on third down. Have a guess.
What do you mean?
As in how many third downs we converted?
How many did you have? And
We had 9 third downs.
I reckon you got 1, and it might have been late.
0
was it?
0 for 9. This is the playoffs.
Yeah.
We're in the Super Bowl last year. 0 for 9.
And I'm pretty sure you were 0 for 2 on 4th
0 for
down
2
too.
on fourth down.
Yeah, and including that when they went offside on the field goal.
Yeah.
Gave you and then they threw a deep ball. Like they did it. They basically did a cover 0, which if people don't know what cover 0 is, it means every receiver's 1-on-1 with a DB or
Yep.
corner
Yep.
or linebacker, whoever,
Yep.
and they blitz everyone else. So they
Yep.
send an extra guy, so you're going to get pressured. You beat that not by throwing deep.
No.
You beat that by
By
quickly
throwing
beating a
short-
guy off the ball and running a short route. and
Short
dumping
over the middle is how you beat that.
100%. And
That's how you beat
and
the
then
blitz.
he lobbed it up deep
short,
to Devonta Smith.
short routes over the middle, and all we're doing is throwing deep bombs. Like, I
Yeah.
just don't understand.
No, it was like when they needed to throw it deep, they didn't. It was backwards. They were running screens when the defense was back.
We're
locked
gonna
in
get.
zone.
We're gonna. It's
It was
all coaching.
bizarre.
So you were you guys watching? I was watching. I watched the whole thing.
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah,
I lost count how many missed tackles we had. How
Oh,
many?
That was a lot.
I can't remember who it was.
Have you ever seen a
No.
poorer tackling performance?
I have never, ever, ever seen a tackle
This
that
is a
poorly
professional
in
football team.
the NFL.
Ray Lewis was on the Madden.
There was Ray Lewis
on
on
the
the
Madden
Manning
card.
card.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And
He
it
was
was-
throwing up, man.
He watched it.
I don't blame you.
He
was
watched it live,
disgusting.
and you could see Ray Lewis was just fucking went, what the fuck is going
He's-
on?
I think he said at one point, "I wish I could go out there and stick a fucking tackle
Yeah,
to show
he
them
even
how
I
to
bet,
do
you,
it."
I bet you he'd fucking do it. He'd
He-
still do it.
I'm pretty sure he said they quit. You could see that it
Yeah, of
quit.
course you could see that. They
And that was the
fucking
third
quit.
fucking quarter.
Because like you learn how to tackle playing junior football.
Yeah.
Like this is the NFL.
It wasn't even their tackling technique that was the problem.
No,
it was
it was.
effort.
It was
No,
just effort, bro.
They weren't making the
Same-
angles. They weren't
go-
getting
The,
leverage.
the angles were bad,
They'll take. They
Going back to-
didn't care.
but
going back
angles
to
are
effort.
also effort as well. though.
Yes, you
Like,
have to make.
you have to
make
be
effort.
like,
Yeah.
that's the angle. I got to haul ass here.
You got to go.
And then it felt like there was so many one-on-one tackles where normally the Eagles in the past, they're swarmers.
Yes,
They're all
They
like-
fly to the ball.
You,
yes,
you get past the first tackle adjust and the next one
bang,
fucking
bang,
nails
bang,
you.
and then there's 2 or 3 guys.
Yeah,
on you.
or one holds on to you just for long enough. The other one to come, like you're almost like, fuck, this guy almost has to get me to the ground so the next guy doesn't hit me.
They're
swarm.
they're running back. What's his?
Rashad White,
White,
who's had a very good year, under the radar year.
man,
Rashad
he
White.
was literally running through people, and
So-
I'm like, these are professional linebackers.
Fun fact
and
on
he's just
Rashad
fucking running
White,
through
he
people.
has the best tackle miss rate in the NFL.
The guy runs like a motherfucker. Of course he
Yeah,
fucking does.
but
I'm not
what
surprised at
disappointed me,
all.
like the long touchdown was at Palmer, the number 10. That touchdown that he caught on the sideline,
Yeah.
and then just cut up between 3 of them,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
and they just kind of stood there like,
I was going to get to that now. How many blown coverages did you guys see? Every single one of their scores was not of an amazing Baker Mayfield throw or an amazing route. Every single one of their scores that I saw was just a blown coverage. Every
Yeah,
single one.
I think
Everyone
Baker
was just
played
fucking
well.
wide open.
Yeah.
I didn't say he played badly.
No,
I
but
just said he didn't play amazing.
no, there was guys open everywhere.
Those guys open everywhere, man.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Every single one of the. It's just like, are we actually covering? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
What are we doing?
it was. I said I thought if the Eagles lost, it would be
You
close.
see that bumped into each other? See the
Yeah.
corner and the safety bumped into each other on one, and then the receiver ran through.
So what
and Baker
what
throw over
what
the top.
do you think it is? Because it's not a bad football team.
No,
There's
it's
a lot
not.
of good players on.
There's a lot of very good
But
players on
I
that
think
team.
like Jalen
Our,
Hurts,
our secondary has always been a soft spot.
Slay and Bradbury were great last year, and then they just, as I said, the cliff
Bradbury's-
is very steep.
Bradbury's got to
for an
go.
NFL.
Bradbury's got to go.
I think
He's gone.
Slay's. I think
I think Slay's gone too,
Like
and I don't think that injury late helped him either. I think he's done.
the cliff is very steep for a corner. You lose a step, you're in real trouble. That's just the nature of that position.
Yeah, I agree.
Like wide receiver, you can get by and being a good route runner and getting open and understanding zones
Sure.
and that. A corner, when you have to be athletic.
You have to. You got to be
There is
fast. too.
no or really physically strong, so you can play in that like cover 2 zone shell where you play the flat a lot and press
Right.
and that sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
but,
But,
yeah, but
no
how
one
many,
runs that anymore.
How many of those jobs are going around?
No,
Exactly.
well, no,
yeah.
there's not many teams that run. Really, the Seahawks are the ones that run it kind of now. Most teams run man pressure.
Right.
Like most teams run man pressure now. The good defenses anyway.
So, and you know what the most fucked part of all this is?
Hmm.
This could have been so much worse.
I agree.
If they didn't drop the ball so many times,
It could have dead set been 30-9 at halftime.
Yeah, it could have been, and it should have been. Because
Probably-
that's what fucking the Eagles
Probably
deserve.
30-3 because they wouldn't have got that touchdown if it wasn't for drops in the first half.
So again, and the whole night, all I'm thinking is our defense is fucking pathetic. We just absolutely look so disinterested, look so just like lackadaisical. We just don't care. Everyone's running up the middle. Like, what happened to our run defense?
Well, I have an opinion on the run defense.
We're gonna get to that too because
Yeah.
I looked up the stats. Right, I looked
Yeah.
up the stats. How many we gave up? Our defense gave up against Baker Mayfield
Mm.
and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 426 total yards.
So bad.
How the fuck? I've got a question for you boys.
Yeah.
426 total yards
Mm.
in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Tell me, the both of you, how the fuck do you let Baker Mayfield
Mm.
torch you for 337 yards, 3 TDs, and no interceptions?
No pressure.
How?
He's a gunslinger.
He's not tall though.
He's not tall.
He white.
He's
handsome.
tallish. I don't know.
I don't think
He,
he's that handsome.
ain't-
He's white.
Oh, he handsome.
Yeah, I reckon he's handsome.
He's definitely handsome.
He's got some like
He's fuckable.
couple of beers in a nightclub. I'm like, Baker, let's go.
Something you
Have-
want to
Have you seen him as a
some-
female?
something you want to tell us, bro?
Have you-
I've seen those things.
It's like, come
was-
on, bro. Hey, hang on a minute.
No, I can.
Hang on a minute.
Do you want me to tell you why?
I'm
Why
I'm
I think the Eagles
I'm
struggle?
telling you why.
They,
Mate,
they can't get pressure, and their run defense.
you know
and
why?
and it's going to be very similar to a discussion
Because-
with the Cowboys
because
later.
because pressure and run defense requires effort, and they're not given any.
Well, they're very.
Mate, we're making him look like John Elway out there for fuck's
But
sake.
they're
Bro.
very
There's still Baker Mayfield's on his 4th team. Last year he was playing scout defense for Carolina,
that,
bro.
That fucking. That video is so funny.
Last year Carolina didn't think he was good enough to start. He was playing scout defense for them.
Yeah.
And this year he's torching us. We played in the Super Bowl fucking 6 months ago. Come on, man. Seriously.
Trust me, I agree with you, but I'm telling you why. Like Jalen Carter, he's a fine young player,
Hey,
but a splash player. He's a splash penetrating D tackle. They don't play the run. They don't play the run.
Hang on.
Offensive linemen will let you penetrate and wash you in the NFL. They will
Right.
wash you out and create lanes.
you're wrong, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
I looked this up.
Mhm.
Right, I found a beautiful graphic that looked it up, and I looked it up. Do you know after week 11,
Yeah,
we were 10-1.
I remember. Yep.
Jalen, and at that point, everybody, including you guys, were saying that at that point, Jalen Hurts was the clear MVP favorite.
Jalen Carter.
No. Jalen Hurts was a clear MVP favorite at that point.
Oh,
I didn't
At
say
that
I
point,
don't think I've ever thought Jalen Hurts was a
At-
clear MVP.
when we were 10-1, yes, you did. Well, Brocky will find the tape like he did.
I'll-
I'll
find-
He'll
I'll
dig it
find the
up.
tape.
I'll
I
dig
it up.
never said that.
Like,
At
I
that
thought
point-
he could
at
win it,
At
but
that point, at 10-1, we were the number 1 run defense in the NFL.
Yeah.
We were the number 6 overall defense in the NFL. We were the number 4 passing offense, and we were the number 4 rushing offense.
really,
Yes, when we're at 10-1 after week 11.
that's fuck.
Fuck,
And what did they finish?
but mate, I don't even know.
But like just the
that-
performance you saw
that-
alone.
This second half of the season collapse. Seriously, I won a 30 for 30.
So
on
what
this second half of
what
the
do you
season
think it
collapsed.
was? Was it culture?
No, I think what happened is we went to San Fran and we got smacked in the fucking mouth,
And then the Cowboys beat you.
and then the Cowboys beat us,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh fuck, this is a little bit too hard. I don't think we can do this," and I just gave up.
Well, to quote the great Jason Kelsey, you remember his speech when after they won the Super Bowl when he had the Sultans outfit on up on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
thing?
the Sultans.
His most memorable line was, "Hungry dogs run the fastest."
Yep.
Yes.
That season, when Nick Foles won that Super Bowl, they were all fucking hungry.
Yep.
Last season, they were all hungry.
Yep.
I don't think they were that fucking hungry.
No, not this year. No.
Certainly
You
not
can tell.
down the stretch.
And you can tell by how they played.
Yeah.
You can tell by how they played.
Yeah.
Like what I think needs to happen. This is what I think needs to happen.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone's got to go.
So who's everyone?
Sirianni's got to go.
Yeah.
The OC's got to go.
Well, he's
DC's got to go.
apparently the OC is at Brian Johnson. Apparently he's getting head coach fucking interviews.
You know who should go? Harry Roseman.
No.
No.
Why?
Howie's got to stay.
They've had 4 coaches under him that have all been the same situation where they try and run a team. Chip Kelly was the only one that tried to run a team, and then they got rid of him because Harry Roseman wants to run the team. Get a coach that wants to run a team and not a fucking cheerleader puppet on the sideline. Trust me. Because Doug
It's
Peterson,
hard though because Harry
Doug
Roseman's
Peterson-
been a great GM.
No.
Okay,
I've got no
he-
issue with Harry
he-
Roseman.
He's been a good GM, yes.
Good
Okay.
team building GM.
Good
So you
team
reckon
building.
there's a bit going on?
Hang on
behind
a
the
minute.
Yeah,
Hang on a
he-
minute.
They
Hang on a
don't
minute.
build a team that actually plays down the stretch, though.
Yeah, but
They always fall
but
down.
on paper. What do you mean fall down? We fucking we
They're in the
we,
Super Bowl.
we lo-
Okay,
we-
you won the Super Bowl, but you didn't win it, though.
we lost the Super Bowl. We lost the Super Bowl on a bogus PI call, man. Like,
Okay,
we-
but you had an easier schedule as well, though. This is what happens when you get you.
Yeah, but hang
when
on
you
a minute.
play-
On-
you
I
get a
don't know
tougher
how
schedule.
I don't know how
How-
Harry Roseman
going through going.
I
No,
don't
no,
know.
Brock,
You can
Brock,
build
Brock,
it.
you're wrong. Brock,
Okay,
you're wrong.
Then get then-
Brock, you're wrong.
Okay,
And we were 10,
okay.
we went through the hardest part of the schedule, and we were 10-1. Don't tell me about our schedule.
Okay, then,
okay?
then you fucking
It's not the
fell
schedule.
downhill.
That's what I'm saying. It's effort, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's got nothing to do with the team. It's effort.
So where do you think it's coaching?
100% is coaching, man.
Hmm.
Look at our offense. It's terrible.
Yeah.
We've got no life. We've got no pop. We've got nothing.
Hmm.
Last year, it was chunk play.
Is there a
Run the
chance
ball,
that
run the ball
Jalen-
5 yards, chunk play.
And I'm not saying this to be an asshole, but is there a chance that Jalen Hurts just isn't that good?
Yes, I said that.
Hmm.
I said we should not have paid him. We should wait one more year.
So if putting that this way, say you didn't pay him last offseason and he's going to the end of his contract right now. He's not signed to a long-term deal. He's getting $50 million from someone.
Yeah, but not from us.
Oh, I reckon he would.
But
After this season, he still would. You were still 10-1 at one point with him.
right,
I think there's something wrong with him. And I don't know if it's mentally or physically.
what is it?
He's hurt or he's fucking quit because he wouldn't run.
Correct. He
He's-
wouldn't run.
He was, to be quite frank, the last 5 weeks, he's been soft as fuck.
Yes, he has.
He looks terrified.
Extremely soft. He looks fucking timid as fuck.
He's fighting with his players, which I've never seen before.
No, I've never seen that.
Haven't
before
scuffed. He had a fucking argument with Jason Kelsey.
He had an argument on the sideline with Dallas. Got it.
Yeah, I've never even seen Dallas go to talk to anyone.
I thought he was a robot. I
No,
don't even think he could
That's
talk.
what I mean. Like, there's some. I think.
It's not the schedule. It's not the schedule, Brock. It's effort, bro. Because, like I said, we went through the hardest part of our schedule and we were 10-1.
Okay, yeah, but effort comes from coaching. It also comes from the fucking top, where you're not going to get a coach fucking fired every 3 years.
I don't
It's
think
not-
they
He
had-
got himself fired. He's
well,
going
they-
to get himself fired.
They had Andy Reid for a long time.
They had Andy Reid till 2012.
yeah,
yeah,
then-
2099
then-
to
and,
2012.
then they had Pedersen.
They had
yeah, Peterson's there.
No,
for a
no,
while.
Chip
No.
Kelly. Chip Kelly,
Oh, yeah,
they had Chip.
gee.
No, they had Chip Kelly for 4 years. Actually 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Then they had Pedersen for 5 years.
Yep.
And then they had Sirianni.
Sirianni. Yeah.
And Peterson won them the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And then a year
But
later,
see,
they
I think,
cast him out.
me personally, I think a 5-year head coaching tenure is good. That's all it should be.
No.
Why?
Why not?
Well,
Like-
what's the benefit?
If you are more like, look this up. Any sort of top level guy, top CEO, top fucking executive, this and that and the other, mate, they're only in the job for 5 years. That's it. Once that sort of 5-6 year period starts to go, that's it. You're out of ideas. You're out of pop. You're out of jazz. You got to go. You need a new spot. You need somewhere else. You need somewhere different to get the juices flowing again. You
Yeah.
become stale. That's what I'm saying. Like
I think it depends on the coach.
look at perfect example. Look at fucking Tomlin. He's been there.
We'll talk about him soon.
He's been there
Yeah.
15 years, and he's just run. He ran out of juice 5 years ago.
He's won 2 Super Bowls.
The only reason he won those Super Bowls was because of rapist fucking Roethlisberger. Okay, don't get me started. Okay, it's got nothing to do with
I
him.
know. Roethlisberger didn't rape. He just showed his dick to a lot of people.
I thought that was.
He definitely
Deshaun.
raped.
Did he rape? Sorry,
No, he
mate.
definitely
Hey,
raped.
apologies. I didn't realize.
The only reason they won is because of rapist Roethlisberger. Okay, and the only reason they got
Psycho
him,
AB Brown.
and the only reason they got him is because he dropped so far because he raped those girls. Okay.
Oh, did
Stop.
he do it back in college?
Yeah.
No, but Tomlin. He
What do you
also.
think he went to? What do you think he fucking went to Miami or fucking Ohio or wherever? He
Hey,
went
I'm
to?
a big Miami of
and,
Ohio.
and he
guy.
didn't go to a fucking top school. The guy was a stud.
Oh,
Why
I
did he
didn't know.
go to a top school?
Yeah. Look, we could talk about the Eagles all night. I think the big thing with the Eagles, I'm with you. It's a culture thing. So you need to work out right now. Did the team quit on Sirianni? And if the team quit
They
on
clearly have.
Sirianni,
They clearly have.
from what we see, they have. Yeah. AJ Brown's on Twitter. He allowed the inmates to run the asylum, and they turned.
They've clearly quit.
and they've turned.
clearly
On him.
quit.
And if that's the
Because
case, they have to fire him.
if
That's as
that's-
simple as that.
Okay. I like to talk about the eye test.
Mm.
All right. You go by the eye test.
Yeah.
Does that look like a team that cares? Does that look like a team that wants to win?
I think they cared. I just think they didn't know how to do it anymore.
And how fucking dare, and I'm just a message to the players because they clearly listen. How dare you motherfuckers? You got fucking Jason Kelsey there who's literally put his body, his life, his blood on the line. He's literally sacrificed his brain. He will die of CTE for you fucking motherfuckers
Mm.
every fucking week. And that is the pathetic excuse of an effort that you put in. You should all be ashamed of yourselves.
Do you know what?
All of
Do
you.
you know what I did notice? The three best players on the field in that game
All the old
were
vets.
Jason Kelsey,
Yep.
Fletcher Cox, and
Yep,
Brandon
and
Graham.
Brandon Graham. That's right.
Brandon
the old
Graham
vets.
played
They were,
fucking
they
great.
were the only ones that were trying. All of that's it. Everyone else gave up. They were the
I
only
also didn't
three.
realize, you know, Brandon Graham's been playing for the Eagles for 14
Yeah,
years.
he has. Yeah.
I
yeah.
actually, when I saw that, I was kind of like,
Yeah.
I know he only plays 5 players a game, but I was like, 14 years in the NFL, man. That's
That's a fucking good effort.
that's a good career.
So
And he's probably a
there's
starter
gonna,
for
and,
10
and
of
I
them.
think there's going to be big changes in the coaches, and I think there's going to
Do
be
you,
big
do you
changes.
genuinely think they'll fire Sirianni?
I'm surprised it hasn't been done already.
Having a meeting on Wednesday, so having a meeting today.
I think it's going to come down to. I said,
It-
do you reckon that? Like,
I'm
do you reckon
surprised it
the
hasn't been
owner?
done already.
Do you reckon the owner and Howie Roseman or whoever's involved?
Did you see the
Oh.
shots of Jeff Lurie? He
Oh
looked.
my
He
God.
looked like he was ready to explode, and I don't blame you because I look the same.
Yeah, I do you reckon they talk to the players?
Who?
The owner? Do you reckon he starts calling a few of the veteran guys and go, hey, Jason Kelsey, what's your thoughts?
I'm certain he does.
Yeah, because I think if he finds the players that
apparently-
quit, you have to fire him.
Apparently, everyone loves him. Every single person in the Philly organization loves the owner. They all think he's the fucking best bloke ever.
Yeah, right. It'd
So
be interesting to
he
see.
would have that relationship with people. He'd be talking to the fucking bootstrappers, going, "What's happening? Tell me."
Yeah, I don't know. I
should-
think if it's
They knew,
if it's
and they
definitely
knew-
that, it's
they
done.
knew it was Kelsey's last game. Potentially
he-
Kelsey's last
No,
game.
he told them. He told them before.
That's
He-
what I'm saying.
He told them
And
on the
that-
Monday.
he told him after.
Or was it after the game?
No.
I
He,
thought he told them before in the locker
No,
room.
no,
that he's-
no,
that he's
I-
last-
I heard
Oh.
the same thing that he told them before in the locker room.
Yeah, I thought that's what I heard. I might be wrong. I don't know.
Rappaport was going with he told him after the game that it was his last game.
Right.
Oh, okay. So he waited. Yeah.
No.
He's a dickhead. He should have told him before.
No,
Might
I'm
have made him
certain, but
play harder.
I'm certain that he did.
No, they said he told them Monday night. And they played Monday, didn't they?
They played Monday night.
I'm certain he told him before the game,
Yeah.
bro.
I don't know. Who
Imagine
knows?
him telling you that this is potentially my last game, and that's the fucking effort you serve.
Yeah,
up.
but saying that though, he's the type of character that wouldn't make it all about him.
No,
Like,
he's-
he
yeah,
he
that's-
wouldn't have told him.
Did you see what they asked him about the tush push after he'd retired? And he was like, fuck the tush push. He was like, I hope they ban it. Fuck the tush push.
yeah, really.
And apparently in the huddle, every time they call it, he goes, fuck my life. And then they ask Jalen Hurts, and he's like, every time.
Yeah.
Every time. But you know what that motherfucker did?
He fucking
He
did
ran it every
That's what I
fucking
said.
time.
That's what I said. He sacrificed his body, his life for that fucking team, and that's the effort they serve up. Disgusting. We
All
should all be ashamed. Please, let's move on.
From one degenerate fan to the other,
Look,
Cowboys.
can we just quickly, Sirianni, does he get fired? Yes, or no?
No, he should have been gone already.
I don't think he will. I think he should.
Why?
But I just don't
Why?
think he will. Because I think he'll fucking sneevel his way out of it. Be like, oh no, it was on me. I'm the back. The team still loves me. I guarantee you, he'll weasel his way out of it somehow. He's that sort of fucking weasel.
Okay.
And I said to you,
okay.
what did I say to you? I said I would let the Eagles win 3 Super Bowls in a row to see Sirianni fired.
you did.
I said that,
Yeah,
and
you
I
did.
fucking stand by it.
Okay.
I hate
so
it.
let me answer your question with a question.
Yeah.
Let's say he doesn't get fired.
Yep.
What? Because he doesn't call the plays. He doesn't
Mm.
do anything. He's just a fucking cheerleader, basically, like what Brock said.
Yeah.
What? Because if you're a manager or an owner,
Mm.
right now, you're looking and you're thinking, okay, where has this regression come from?
Yep.
And what are the answers that we need? Because after that game against the Bucks, you got nothing but questions. There's no answers.
Do you want me to play Nick
Where-
Sirianni for a minute and tell you what he says?
Where are the answers coming from?
You be Howie Roseman and tell me what's gone wrong.
What answers is Nick Sirianni bringing?
I will play Nick Sirianni now.
Nick, fuckhead, what's happening? Or in your language, bubbly boopy.
Bibbidi bop bop. Well, here's the thing.
He's Italian.
I needed to get them ready, and I didn't do a very good job. But also, my OC is a fucking moron. Like, I give him the responsibility.
okay.
He calls bubble screens nonstop. We need it. Get me an
Yeah, but
OC.
okay.
Get me a college OC. And my DC, I lost both my coordinators last year. It's been a fucking slog. I've done everything to keep this team together. I got him to 10-1, and I couldn't keep him
He's
together
still
anymore
the
because the
coach,
coaching.
though.
But he's
He's
not a
still the
play
coach.
caller, and he doesn't know how to call plays.
Yeah,
And
but
he said that.
Okay, fine. But he can still go up. He can
Could
still
have done it
call up.
Tomlin and fired him halfway through the season.
He can still call
and
up to
stayed
the booth.
himself.
He can still call up to the booth and go, "Run the fucking ball more, idiot."
I agree. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you what he'd do. That's what he's going to
So,
do.
okay, so
he's
you
going to
reckon
scapegoat
He's going
the
to
fuck
snake
out of
everybody
his.
and throw everybody under the bus.
100%. And they're going to fire the OC. They're going to fire every staff, and they're going to bring in a new staff and go, "Here's this flashy college fucking West Coast offense, motherfucker. Do it." And then they might be good again, or they'll either fucking terrible. If they don't fire him, we will know if they've quit. We'll know very early.
Yeah,
next
we
season
will.
if they've
We will.
We'll also know in free agency because apparently AJ Brown's not coming back, and he won't tell them why. Maybe it's either Sirianni or me.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a Hurts or me. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know how the Eagles
No,
keep
it can't be
landing.
Hurts or me because they're best buds.
No, they're not best buds.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have like friend fights,
Yeah.
No,
Potentially. Like me and Brock.
best friend fights. that
Best
is.
friends.
And I'm in the corner
Nah.
like the cuck.
Jalen Hurts told the Eagles to go trade for AJ
Yeah.
Brown.
No, they're best buds, bro.
Yeah, right.
He was at his draft day when AJ Brown
Yeah,
got
they're-
What is with Eagles wide receivers and destroying teams from the inside?
Oh, I don't know, bro.
Terrell
City-
Owens.
it's the city of brotherly love. That's all
It
it
is.
is.
Though. I said it'd be interesting. I don't think you'll get fired. I think trust me. No one in this room wants him to be fired more than me, and I don't think he
No.
will.
I want him to be fired more than you.
Fuck you. I've been saying it for 2 years. No one wants it more than me, George. All right, should
Ah.
we move on?
Let's get on to it.
Cowboys.
Another degenerate fan. Cowboys embarrassed at home.
Yeah.
Timothy, take it away.
Embarrassed is
Do you want me to actually? Because
embarrassed is a compliment.
it was embarrassing. Do you want me to read you something? So, Mo,
Just a quick question off the top, please, before you start.
talk to me.
What's worse, the Eagles loss or the Cowboys loss?
Eagles lost, and I'll tell you why.
Go on.
I'll tell you why.
I think it's Cowboys loss because they were favorites at home. But go on.
I agree. Sorry. Historically and seedings and all that sort of stuff, the Cowboys loss is terrible. They're the first team to ever lose, a second seed to lose, or seventh seed.
Yeah.
It's historically terrible.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you why it wasn't worse than the Cowboys. I'm actually my good mate Scuba, big Green Bay fan.
Scuba Steve, shout
He
out.
was going to come watch the game with me and I couldn't. And I messaged him the night before, and this is what I said.
Yep.
Sorry, 7:27 Monday morning.
Yep.
I have this really bad feeling the Packers are not only going to win today, but win easily. And
Yep.
he said, "No, I'm fairly sure Dallas have our defense's number. Dak will have a ripper game, and I just hope we can keep it competitive." 9:58, I messaged him. I told you.
Yep.
I had this feeling in my gut, right? And I just want to talk about that. They didn't look flat. They didn't look like they weren't trying. They didn't look like they'd quit. And that's why I think the Eagles loss is worse because they quit.
Yeah,
right?
they 100%.
The Cowboys didn't quit. The pressure I could see on their fucking faces
Yeah, they just look
from the
overwhelmed.
second
Yeah.
the game started. The Packers drove the field and scored on the first drive it was fucking nothing.
Yeah.
And then Prescott misses the first throw to CeeDee Lamb on that little sluggo, the slant and go up the middle, where he has hit that 60 times this year.
Yeah, probably.
And every time he hits it, CeeDee Lamb gets 40 yards on it.
yeah, he just fucking
And-
gallops away from everybody.
And he missed him by about half a yard. Gallup got both hands to it, but it was stretched.
Yeah.
He normally grabs them. He was running wide open. There was a safety deep. Maybe he misses, maybe not, but it's a big play either way.
Yeah, it's a chunk play, no
and he
doubt.
missed him. And then it wasn't, I was like, all right, they missed it. And then they went at each other in the huddle. And
Yeah,
that's when I knew.
yep.
And when they went at each other, not one Cowboys player, like a Tyrone Smith, a Zach Martin, a
Yeah.
respected veteran guy,
Yeah.
which they have plenty of,
Plenty.
went, you two, shut
Shut
the fuck up.
Yeah.
They all were like, head down,
Yep.
like, oh God,
So you're
it's
saying
happening again.
you're saying they were nervous.
Pressure, and like we've all experienced pressure in our life, right? Of
course.
And it's hard. Pressure is a really hard thing to feel. The pressure that is on those players for two reasons. the Cowboys fan base, I like to think I'm a good Cowboys fan. I'm a fairly realistic Cowboys fan. I didn't think this would happen to us this week. I thought it would be next week when the Lions came in and did us.
Yep.
That's when I thought it would happen. So I'm surprised it happened a week earlier, but I'm also almost relieved it happened and it's done with. And I can see all the memes. We can all have a laugh. We can
And
move
we
on.
just enjoy with the rest
And
of
now
the
I can
playoffs,
enjoy
yeah.
the playoffs.
I'm the same. That's why I'm so glad Philly lost.
Yeah. So the pressure of your own fan base that live in the fucking 90s still,
Yeah.
think they're America's team, think we're going to win the Super Bowl every year.
Every year.
And then when we don't, turn on them like fucking rattlesnakes.
Yep.
Right? And then you've got the pressure from every other fucking fan in the world of the NFL that doesn't barrack for the
Yeah,
Cowboys,
because everyone hates
who
the
are
Cowboys.
waiting,
Yeah.
fingers, memes, ready to go
Twitter fingers.
for the day they lose.
Oh, it's fucking so.
And I don't blame them. I don't
Yeah.
fucking blame them.
Yeah.
The pressure that would be on those players. And then you've got a Green Bay Packers team, youngest team in the playoffs, new quarterback, didn't know what to expect. He's playing well. Everything's going their way. They're shooting upwards.
How good's LaFleur as a coach? He's
Oh,
so good.
A good scheming coach
Yeah.
where you don't need to have a fucking MVP quarterback
Yeah.
to be productive.
Yep.
And I'll get to that. And then they came in with no fucking pressure. Because if the Cowboys had done the same to them that they did to us,
Yeah.
no one's celebrating.
No.
Everyone's going,
so.
yeah, that's what they should have done.
So
They're
yeah.
the 7 seed. What
Yeah.
the fuck? You're the
Yeah.
7 seed at home.
It was really a lose-lose situation with the
They had
Cowboys.
all
It
the
was.
pressure mounted on them.
You're right.
And I'm not saying it's right or it's wrong, but the pressure got to them and they fucking choked.
Yeah.
And that was it. And then Green Bay played almost as well as you could ever play because they didn't fucking they
Yeah, 'cause
they
were
didn't
playing
matter.
loose. Yeah.
It did not
Yeah.
matter. If they lost by 10 points or 50 points, no one was caring.
Nope.
It was great season. Jordan Love's the next guy. Well done. Build for next year.
Build for next year. Yep.
You've reinvigorated this team.
Yep.
You made the playoffs. That's what it was. It was all the pressure, and it felt it. And Prescott started terribly, right? And he has a part to blame in it in this game, 100%. That pick six,
That was bad.
it was a bad pick six. It was also a great play by Darnell Savage.
Yeah, it
that's
was.
that's
It
some
was a
good
good play.
coaching, right?
Yeah.
So he throws the pick six. To his credit, he comes straight back out after the pick six, drives the field, and scores a touchdown
Right.
before the half. Then gets back after the half. What does he do? Drives the field, scores a touchdown again.
Yeah.
Makes it 14-27.
Yep.
All of a sudden, I'm like, all right, boys. Okay, we're alive here. The pressure's starting to go back on Green Bay now.
And then what did they do?
What did the defense let them do? The defense bend over, grab their fucking ankles, and let them not only run the fuck out of it, but every time Jordan Love passes, like I could have completed 30% of the passes in that game because motherfuckers were that open.
Open. Yeah.
And what have I said all year? Who are the teams that have kicked the shit out of the Cowboys this year? The people forget the Cardinals.
Yep.
Third game of the season, they kicked the shit out of them.
Mm-hmm.
The
Stanford,
49ers and the Bills.
Mhm.
Yep.
What did they all do well in those games? It's two things they did: scored early.
Yep.
And ran the ball.
Run the ball. Yep.
They are not built to survive. Now you can blame Prescott all you want, and he blamed himself, and I thought he handled himself fucking fantastically. If you're a Cowboys supporter and you think they should cut Prescott, get rid of him, you're a fucking idiot. You don't know what you're looking at. One, there's no better option out there. You're not getting anything
Yeah, well,
else.
that's the thing.
Yes.
Who are you going to get?
Who are you
That's
going to
the
get?
thing.
You want fucking Derek Carr?
I heard.
You want Jameis Winston?
I heard someone stupid on. I think it was on TikTok saying, Dallas and Miami should trade Tua for straight swap Tua for Dak, and I'm like,
Miami win that massively.
Yuck.
yeah,
It's a massive win for Miami. Like, and I've said, what have I said all year about Dak Prescott? He is surviving the awful play calling of the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
The only reason the Cowboys' offense was so good this year was Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
They have survived bullshit fucking play calls where they've just made shit happen.
Yeah.
Prescott making a guy, like the 91-yard touchdown pass against the Lions. He literally broke a tackle. It was going to be a safety. When the guy had a free run and hit him square and shrugged him off and then threw a 90-yard touchdown.
Yep.
He has played better than he's ever played this year. And that earned something. Just because he had a bad half, at least for Prescott, he came out and he fucking fought. No other motherfucker on that team did.
Yeah.
I think if anyone walks with his head held high to that game, it should be
I
Prescott.
definitely agree
because
with
he
what you're
tried.
saying. That the blueprint to beat the Cowboys
Get a lead.
is there.
And that's why I thought
Get up.
it was either going to be the Lions or
Get
the
up-
Niners.
get up
That's
by
what I
two
thought was
scores.
going to do it.
Just
I
get up by
didn't.
2 scores quick. That's it.
The fact that, like, you're telling me, yeah, Prescott had a slow start. The defense couldn't have been like, all right, we're a fucking team. We got to have our boys back here
Yeah.
and fucking
Yeah.
take over this game, force 3 punts in a row. Because earlier, during the regular season, that's what happened.
Yeah.
If Prescott started slow, the defense would be like, don't stress. We're going to hold Washington to fucking 10 points in the first half. We're gonna make them punt 3 times. We're gonna get you a turnover, and then you're gonna score a
Yeah.
touchdown. You and CeeDee Lamb will get it going, and then bang, we'll win 35 to 10.
But the problem is that this is the problem though. When the defense isn't doing that,
So I think the biggest culprit in
they
this
look-
whole thing,
they-
and
that team
Dan
doesn't look
Quinn's
very
been
good.
very fucking quiet while he's gone and
Yeah,
booked in
yeah,
about
yeah.
6 head coaching jobs.
Yeah,
He got out fucking coached, out schemed.
yeah, outcoached by the
You
floor, for
can't just
sure.
be like, we've got Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence. We're just going to dominate every week.
Yeah.
Because they have good players too.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. It's
and
the
then
NFL. It
they
doesn't
scheme
happen.
it.
Yeah, correct.
And the
yeah.
playoffs is a different beast. And every year, McCarthy lets us down on the offense. And normally, Dak can bail us out and win a playoff game because he's like last year against the Bucks. Prescott had to score 35 points to beat the Bucks in that game. I think the Bucks only scored 20, but it was not a blowout. Like it was a closer game. And that's what happened all year. Prescott's bailed out this team. So now to turn on him is described. I said it before. I'd fucking extend him, and I'd do it now.
Yep.
Because the only way you're going to change this pressure and this culture, and this is going to shock both of you, is you can't fire Mike McCarthy. And hear me out. Culture and pressure. The team still likes McCarthy. They didn't quit on him because a lot of them didn't quit, right?
No, I
a
don't
lot of
think
them
they
kept
quit.
playing.
I don't
They
think
were
they
just
quit.
outplayed,
They were just
shell
I think
shocked,
they were
and under
outcoached. I think they were outcoached.
and out pressured.
That's what I think it was.
So unless you've got bringing in Bill Belichick is the biggest fucking disaster in the world. Because what does that do? It
Yeah, but
mounts
that's-
pressure.
yeah, but you know that's something Jerry Jones would do. though.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's
That's
not a
what
good
Jerry
move.
Jones
Because all of a
think
sudden
all
you're
over.
like, you're a good team, you win 12 wins a game and you lose in the playoffs every year. Here's Bill Belichick, the greatest fucking Super Bowl winning coach of all time. They're going to win it again.
Yeah,
It's mounting the pressure. So you either have to keep McCarthy to let this pressure and this culture go away. Because the only way you can change it, Peyton Manning went through it for 8 or 9 years. He couldn't win a Super Bowl with the Colts.
yeah.
And then it snapped one year and he won it. And then from there, the pressure was gone. He didn't have that pressure. So you've got to stick fat.
Who was the coach? Was it Tony Dungy?
Tony Dungy.
Yeah.
You've got to stick fat and you've got to either ride it out and basically say as an organization, Jerry Jones, which he won't. I know he won't.
No, he won't.
He's got to sit in that room and go, Mike McCarthy's won us 12 games in 3 years. And I don't even like Mike McCarthy. Don't get me wrong. I'm
No,
talking about
you're probably
I'm
his
talking
biggest
about
hater.
the culture. The only way I think they can get out of this culture in their mind to win playoff games and compete for a Super Bowl is to stick fat with what you've got and go, I believe in all your guys. I believe in your coach. We're keeping you all here because this is not a team problem. It's a Cowboys problem.
Yeah.
Fuck the outside noise. Fuck everything. Us in this one room.
So
is all that matters
So what do you
now.
think the solution is then?
Either keep McCarthy and hope that breaks the culture, or you have to literally clean fucking house.
Yeah, which is what
And
the
that
Eagles should do.
means you cut Prescott, you trade Prescott, you don't re-sign Micah Parsons.
Yep.
You literally let every player
You
walk.
start fresh.
You sign a young coach that has no history,
Yep.
a college coach that barely a Sean McVay sort of guy. You
Yep.
know, when he first got
Mhm.
a young guy with that takes all the culture and he comes in with a blank fucking painting
Yep.
and repaints it.
Right.
You maybe keep Zach Martin and those sorts of guys. Maybe you keep Parsons. He's that good a player, but you
Dallas
cut 'em
won't,
all.
but Dallas won't do that.
no, because Jerry Jones believes he can just win a Super Bowl every year.
Yeah.
And I also think there's a curse because he fired Jimmy
A
Johnson.
lot of that is just his own hubris, though.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I said I think I'm a realistic Cowboys guy. They have to find a way. It is now a problem. There is a culture and a fucking pressure.
Like a loser's culture there.
yes.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
when they get into the playoffs, and it said if they'd beaten Green Bay, it was happening next week. The Lions are coming into Cowboy Stadium
Yeah.
and fucking railing them next
Yeah,
week.
yeah,
and
yeah.
we all know it.
Yeah.
Right? And if they do find a way, the 49ers are fucking killing him in the
Oh,
NFC Championship game.
49ers are fisting everyone.
That's what I
until
mean.
they-
Like I just don't think there's a way to beat it other than breaking this culture. And you either break culture by repairing it and rebuilding it with the same people, or scrapping all
You
the
gotta-
dead
you gotta-
weight and starting
yeah.
again.
you got to cut.
And
You got to cut the whole thing out.
I don't know what they do. I really don't know what.
Yeah,
the
but
answer
okay.
is.
But all right. Let's say that I agree with you, which I do in part. We just look at it like, list for list, name for names. Like, is that team good enough realistically to win a Super Bowl?
Yes.
Yes.
Are they good enough to beat
Hey.
the 49ers?
If the Cowboys played as well as they could, absolutely.
I think if both teams play as well as they could, I still think San Francisco win
Yeah,
by 2 scores.
but it'd be close.
I still think
and
they
I
win
said-
by 2 scores.
And I've said this before. I don't think.
I just because and I'll tell you why.
Mm.
I'll tell you why. Because Shanahan is a better coach than McCarthy.
Agreed. And then said I don't
That's
think McCarthy's a good coach.
That's
either.
why I'm saying McCarthy has to go because he got out coached, man.
So, but it can't be for Bill Belichick.
Okay,
Because
fine.
what's Bill Belichick going to do?
Fine.
Bring in Snake McDaniels?
Yeah, he will. You know,
Like, that's what's going to
they're a
happen.
package deal, 100%.
So if
100%.
you're going to fire him, maybe I'm being a bit harsh with cut every single player, but bring in a young fucking coach
Yeah.
with
Bring
not-
in Cliff Kingsbury.
someone. Bring in Lincoln Riley. They always
Yeah.
talk about Lincoln Riley. Like,
Mm.
bring in a guy because the move the Cowboys would make is try and get Sean Payton or get Bill Belichick
Yeah, but
or
a big
fucking
name.
Vrabel or something
Yeah.
like that. You can't do that because it's just going to mount the pressure again.
Yeah.
You need to start.
See,
you
I
need
think
to-
I
you
think
need to-
I think Vrabel would be perfect for you guys.
No.
It's the same situation.
Who's
you're
going to coach?
expected to win?
What's happened in the Titans the last 2 years? They can't fucking score. And before that, it was Derrick Henry.
They got no quarterback, bro.
They got Will Levis this year. He was decent.
He was decent.
So I mean, like Mike Vrabel, and you reckon Mike Vrabel and Jerry Jones are going to get along? He just had to get fucking. He's got fired by the Titans because their GM, I don't even know his fucking name, didn't like him.
Yeah,
You reckon Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones are going to put up with him being like, "Shut the fuck up! I'm telling this team."
they got to do something because they're not winning shit with McCarthy. I'm telling you.
You know what the fucking is, JA? I saw it as I actually walked into the stadium.
Yeah.
They thought they were fucking too good. They legit walked in, thought they were going to win by 40.
Yeah,
No, no. So I
No, no.
don't think it was. I think
Nah,
I think it's all bravado and
No,
fake. I
but-
think they walked in
but that's
going,
the-
"We're fucked here."
That's the issue. They walked in looking like they're a chance
Yeah.
to fucking blow a team out.
They should have
They
been
got punched in the
nervous
fucking
as
chin.
fuck.
Exactly. They shouldn't have been walking in their fucking outfits thinking they're the fucking best in the world.
What did Micah Parsons have on? He had on something fucking
To quote-
stupid.
To quote the great man Jason Kelsey, shout out, I love you. Remember on his podcast with Trav when he was saying, he's
Yeah.
like, "What do you do game day fixes?" And he goes, "I don't like to play dress ups. I like to play football."
Exactly. Yeah, it's just
They-
and that's my opinion on
But
it. I just think
they
that
walked in thinking they were the best in the world, got punched in the fucking jaw,
They did.
had to pick up their fucking teeth, got
Yep.
punched in the fucking nose,
Yep, they did.
and they went, fuck, we're no chance.
Yep.
Okay, the game was close in the end.
no, it wasn't.
No, but that's the thing.
If the defense had made a couple of stops, it could have got close.
If you look at the score, you think, fuck, it was a good game, and
do you want to know
that
why?
was
Do you
just
want to know why?
trash time Dallas.
Do you want to know why it looked good in the end? Dak Prescott,
Dak Prescott,
because he never
Yeah.
fucking stopped.
he never
Yeah.
stopped, but the Green Bay was like,
Yeah, I agree. Don't
Let's-
get me
let's
wrong.
pull,
It
let's
was
get
a lot
the
of
game
hollow
done.
stats, but yeah, I just think Prescott's far from the issue in Dallas. And I said I don't think he's the most talented. I think he played out of his skin this year with a fucking offensive coordinator that only learnt what an RPO was 2 years
2
ago.
years ago.
And now they don't even run RPOs anymore.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know. All I know is that bringing in Bill Belichick, signing Derrick Henry, and rebuilding this, like, yeah, we're ready to go again. We're going to win 12 games, going to playoffs. It's not going to help you.
So I
not
think
gonna help
the main reason that you guys lost, I don't think it was Dak. I don't think it was Dak's issue.
No.
I think it was the defense.
Defense was atrocious.
Yeah, the defense
And
was
as I said, I've loved Dan Quinn.
Like-
It's Dan Quinn's time to go.
So and you've been a big supporter. Of
I
Dan
said,
Quinn.
but down the stretch, they've had last minute drives to lose games. Miami, the
Yep.
Bills, he was fucking atrocious against
Yep.
the Bills.
Yep.
What was the game where they drove the field and got the lead, and then Prescott got him the fucking field goal and beat him?
Uh,
Oh, the Lions. Sorry, the
Lions
Lions game. Yeah, and
Lions
that
game, yeah.
like that as well. Like he's down the stretch because he's not. I don't think he's a good schemer. I think he relies on talent,
Yeah,
and you got good talent. But when the playoffs comes, all of a sudden these teams are only focusing on you,
yeah.
and they got a week,
They're scheming.
and they're
they're
going, we are. This is all that matters. Is what we do.
Michael Parsons walked in wearing a Bobby Boucher jersey.
That's I don't hate it, but yeah, he had a point. It's like I said, Jason Kelsey. I don't play dress ups. I play.
I
Football.
play full. Okay, I don't like to
And
play
that's what I said. Like I think a
that
coach.
should be a t-shirt.
Yeah, I think that the new coach, if the Cowboys, they should be coming in and going, hey,
No dress ups.
we don't do dress ups.
Yeah.
I don't care about your fucking fit.
Yeah.
You know when you can put your fit on when we win a fucking Super
Yeah.
Bowl.
On a
You
Super Bowl
can,
parade,
wear
you can wear whatever you want.
the fuck you want. You can
And,
wear a
hey,
Sultan's
and guess-
outfit.
and Jason Kelsey wore a fucking Sultan's outfit.
That's what I mean.
Exactly.
You save that for when you save your golden
Exactly.
showers when you're pissing on each other.
Exactly.
That's the facts. And
So
but too many teams. And
it's all defense, bro. You can't let.
well, the pick six didn't help. If Prescott drives
Okay,
the field
it
and
didn't.
scores
It
and
didn't.
doesn't throw a pick six,
Okay, fine, but still,
they're a chance.
you can't let Green Bay come into Arlington and score 48 points. You just can't.
They scored on their first 7 possessions, 6 touchdowns and 1 field goal. on
What
their
the
first
fuck,
7
bro?
possessions.
What the fuck?
You let a team score 6 touchdowns on you, you don't win.
You don't
football
win.
games.
You just don't.
I don't
win.
even look up the fucking stats. You do not.
You don't win. You just don't.
100%. And that's it. I don't know what's going to happen though. I said if they stick
McCarthy's
fat
got
with
to go.
I think he will get fired.
They-
I'm
they
telling
had-
But it can't be for Bill.
They had 10 drives for the whole game.
Yeah.
They scored on 7 of them.
7 of 10.
They scored on their first 7 drives, and then the other
hang
ones
on.
they were just
What-
running the clock out.
They punted 3 times. The other one was the end of the game that they didn't score on.
Yeah.
They kneeled at the clock.
I'm telling you.
That's fucked, bro.
I
That's
said,
bad.
like I said, all these people going get rid of Prescott. Shut the fuck up.
No,
You clearly didn't
it
watch
was
the game.
defense. It was
The defense was atrocious. They found an answer for what they did. I've said all year the team that runs on us and gets a lead is going to beat us.
Yep.
We've got DBs playing linebacker, and yeah, it sucks. Leighton Vander Esch got hurt. I know.
Yeah, but every
It's
team's
shit.
got injuries, and they
You need to have more than fucking 2 linebackers on your
Yeah,
list.
Yeah.
You can't be moving safeties to play linebacker. You need to sign linebackers.
Aaron Jones had the game of his life, bro. He was. Oh,
He's
God.
now on Wikipedia the owner of the Dallas Cowboys. He scored like 12 touchdowns in 5 games against the Cowboys.
Yeah,
It's
fuck.
unbelievable.
He looks so cool.
And we passed him up 3 times in the draft, and he's a Texas guy.
And he's a Texas
And
guy.
a Cowboys fan growing up. Like, it was just all the shit.
Yeah.
But I do understand. We'll talk Green Bay soon, but credit to them. They played us. And Jordan Love
Love's
was almost perfect. Some of the throws, like, he threw the touchdown to Christian Watkins with Stephon Gilmore on it.
Yeah.
Stephon Gilmore was in great coverage. Considering one-on-one, no
Was it
one
the
over the
like,
help
just,
coverage.
just over the shoulder.
It was
That-
like thrown with the perfect amount of touch.
Yeah.
He undercut it, jumped up, and it was just over his hand.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Stephon Gilmore actually looked back at him and was like,
good throw.
"What do? We blitzed you. You stood in the face of the blitz and you
Yeah.
fucking throw that." Yeah.
Yeah.
Two-shot. Like, well done.
Aaron Jones scored 5 touchdowns this year, 2 in regular season,
Yep.
3 in 1 playoff game.
Shout out.
Hey.
All right, what's next?
The Steel outlook.
Yeah.
Oh, you're on.
The
Go.
Do you want me just to read you one thing?
Please.
So, this is Andrew Hawkins, who is an ex-NFL wide receiver and does a handy little podcast with Joe Thomas. Actually, he's a Cleveland Browns guy.
Oh, cool.
He told me this is his tweet. The future is bright in Pittsburgh. No idea who the QB1 is. Negative $7 million cap space.
Wow.
No offensive coordinator. Guaranteed to not have a losing record. In brackets, will get blown out in the wild card round.
Yep.
If you weren't a fan of the Steelers at 10-7, don't come crawling back when we're 9-7-1. Is that not the perfect description? Of
That's
it?
what it's going to be.
Yeah, but you know what? I also don't think they should fire Tomlin. I don't think Tomlin's a bad coach. I think if you can get some good coordinators, if he has a plan and get some good coordinators around him, I think he's fine.
Okay, what's the plan though?
Well, I don't know. I'm not in the building, but that's going to be the owners to have that discussion with him. But Steelers don't fire coaches. They don't.
They
let
don't.
coaches go.
They don't. It's almost
They've-
like a lifetime
They've
pass.
had 3 coaches in the history of the NFL.
That's what I'm saying. You get a coach there. It's like you got a job for life.
So unless they
They've had more. They've had 3 GMs, 6 coaches.
is it 3 coaches? Because they
I'm
had
pretty sure. it's
who were the
6
guy before? Who was the guy with the big chin before Tomlin? I want to say Coward, but it wasn't him.
No,
I haven't forgotten his
I
name.
can't remember.
But they've had like 3 coaches the last 50 years or something like
Yeah.
that. Like they don't fire coaches. And I also don't mind that culture. But I think Tomlin needs to come because he's out of contract, Tomlin.
Yeah, correct. Yeah,
And they asked him in the press
yeah,
conference.
and he walked out like a
off.
fucking jerk off. God, I can't.
Do you know
stand
all
him.
he had to
I
say
can't
to that
stand
was
him.
all he had to do to that is say,
It's not up to me.
look,
it's up
I
to
appreciate
ownership.
the question. We're gonna obviously have some meetings and discussions, and
We'll
you
sit
know,
down-
I'm not sure what's
sit
happening
down
right
with
now because I'm out of
ownership
contract.
and we'll sort it out.
He's like, he could have said, I really want to be here next year,
Yep.
and I'm going to put my best foot forward to be here.
Yep.
And everyone would have been like,
good, perfect.
buttoned up. The fact that he responded like that makes me think he's
He's worried.
very worried.
He's worried. Yeah, and
Because
he should be worried.
I don't think he gets another job.
Probably
I
not.
think he's a Steelers head coach, and that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
He was a
Probably not.
special teams guy before. We've called him a cheerleader for years. But he's a very good one.
But this is the thing with coaches. Okay, I understand what you're saying, George. You want them to be actively in coaching and calling players or calling defense. You know what the best coaches do? They go in, they install a culture.
Yep.
They have their other coaches run the culture they want, and that's how you fucking coach. You shouldn't have your fingers in every piece of the pie
No.
trying to control a fucking team, trying to draft people. No, you install a culture into your team, and that culture doesn't have people quit on your fucking team.
Can you please look up the last 5 Super Bowl winners?
All right.
I could probably name him. Last year was the Chiefs.
Yep.
The year before,
Who calls their plays?
Andy Reid. No, it was Eric Bieniemy last year.
No, he took over, didn't he?
Don't know.
No.
Let's just say Andy Reid. And then the year before it was Tampa Bay.
Who was calling the plays?
I don't even know the fucking knows.
Bruce Arians.
Oh,
was calling
Bruce,
the plays.
Bruce Arians. I think it was Tom Brady.
Bruce Arians was calling the
The
plays.
year before that
Actually,
was
year
the
before that was the Rams.
The Rams. Sorry,
Who
Sean
called the
McVay.
plays?
Year,
Year before that was the Bucks. Arians. Who was the year before that?
Chiefs,
Who's calling the plays?
then Pats. Okay, yeah,
Who's-
cool.
Who's
Well,
called?
Bill Belichick wasn't calling the plays.
Yeah, okay. So 4 out of the last 5, the head coach is calling the plays.
Yeah, but you're like Mike McCarthy calls plays.
Yeah, but he's no good.
That's what I'm saying. There's got to be an exception to the rule.
Yeah, no, but my point is like if you've got a good head coach who's a good play caller, you will win.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
if-
fair. Yeah,
if-
it
of
depends.
course.
I think it's coach to coach basis. Yeah, but
But
Tomlin's not a good.
No, but what I'm
play
saying is
caller.
that should be the blueprint.
But there's not enough of
Hang
them.
on, but what?
Find him.
Yeah, but you got to understand.
What happened with Mike McDaniels? And he's a
Yeah,
good play
like-
coach.
like
He's he calls the plays. He's a good coach.
There's
Who?
so many. Mike McDaniel, like he calls the plays for Miami.
Right.
He's the OC for Miami,
Yeah.
and they lost.
Yeah, they did.
But what I'm saying. I think it's just because you've got a skill set of being able to call plays and run a really good offense doesn't mean you've got a skill set to be a head coach. I think that's where so many organizations go wrong because they go, he's a really good OC or DC. He should be our head coach. And what often happens is, and it might happen with Steichen and Gannon in the cut, like we're celebrating Gannon like he's some sort of fucking superstar coach. Like they won fucking 5 games this year. Who fucking care? Like they're irrelevant. They want like they beat the Eagles second last game of the season. Who fucking cares?
Yep.
It's irrelevant. Like his defense was trash and he wasn't any good. D'Amico Ryans doesn't. I don't think he calls defense. He's a head coach. He's a strong figure. All I'm saying is yes, it works. Andy Reid,
Shanahan.
Sean McVay, Shanahan. It works with guys. There's some guys that have that skill set to do both. I think you'd also find that Shanahan has some sort of very strong assistant head coaching figure that's probably more of the organization type as
Sure.
well. I think it just works on a basis. You can't just be like, he's a good OC, he can be a head coach. Because is Kellen Moore going to be a good head coach?
No, I don't think he's ready to. I don't think no. I think he will be, but I don't think he's ready yet.
Yeah,
Who was the
potentially.
DC in Eagles this year?
I don't know.
The rapist.
Matt
Oh, we've
Patricia.
been talking about a lot
Matt,
of
Matt,
rapists.
Matt Patricia.
Yeah.
Was he a good head coach?
No, he was terrible.
But he calls plays, calls
Yeah.
defenses.
That's
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
know,
saying,
but,
yeah.
But that's
I
it
don't
doesn't,
think-
it doesn't
I'm saying
always
you gotta be-
doesn't always
You've got to
work.
be good.
I
You've still
think
gotta be
you're
good.
better off trying
Yeah, but he
to
was
find...
good. He was good in.
No, he wasn't.
Sorry.
He was never good.
No, but he was good at the Patriots calling defenses.
No, he wasn't. He was
No,
never
Bill
good.
called defense.
Bill. He
Okay,
never
but was
good.
he a DC coordinator though?
No, he was the assistant defensive coordinator. He wasn't even a DC.
Yeah, he was.
I don't think Bill Belichick gave him the thing. He might have been. I don't know. Either way, I just think it works on a basis to basis situation. Anyway, quickly, because we're going to, the show's going to go for 5 hours. Tomlin in or out?
They got bigger issues to sort out other than Tomlin.
Yeah.
They got no OC and they got no quarterback.
And TJ Watt, did he do his knee?
I think he might have. Yeah.
Because they've been real coy about it. They just said he wasn't playing this week. They
Right.
haven't given us any other information.
Right.
But anyway, it's going to be interesting. I don't think they will fire him purely because that's the Steelers' way. I think they'll try and get a
They
really
got
good
bigger
OC.
fish. They got bigger fish to fry.
Yeah, I
they
think
need
they gotta
an
get in
OC and they need a quarterback.
Mate, call Kellen Moore.
Yeah.
Call Kellen Moore. Move on from Pickett. Move on from Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer. The best thing that happened to him was
And I
when
mean-
Miles
and I
Garrett
mean-
smacked him with a helmet.
And I mean, what
His
the
own
fuck?
helmet.
What the fuck were they doing starting Mitch Trubisky over Rudolph for 3 or 4
Well, that
games?
was Matt Canada. As I said earlier in the year, Tomlin, I think, saved his job by firing Matt Canada.
Yeah, because now he can scapegoat him.
Because
Sirianni's
the
gonna
offense did
do.
get a little bit better as it went on. So I think he probably saved himself. I think he's bought himself. I think Tomlin's obviously good at what he does. The players love him. There's never any negativity coming out. Let's be honest. None of us thought they'd even make the playoffs this year, and they did. Yeah, they lost. but
There's never negativity
Yeah.
coming out of Pittsburgh. But you know what there's coming out of Pittsburgh? Plenty of fucking mediocrity, bro.
No, they are. They're the kings of mediocrity. They
Plenty.
literally are. They literally are. So we'll see how it goes.
All right, what's next?
Who else lost?
Flacco.
Black Sanity.
No. Flack Sanity had to run out at some point. But
Yeah.
shout out to my boy CJ Stroud. Shout out to D'Amico Ryans. Like,
We'll talk about them coming up in the preview.
yeah, they're going to be awesome.
I just think that.
I can't believe
I thought the Magic was going to run out for the Texans again.
Yeah, we said it 4 weeks.
Did I pick the? Did I pick the Texans? I feel like I did. I can't remember.
No, I thought you picked the Browns.
I might have. I can't remember. I keep thinking that it turns out the Magic for the Browns is going to run out. Fun fact: Baker Mayfield has won double the amount of playoff games than the Cleveland Browns since he was born. Another fun fact: he won the only playoff game.
Yeah,
for
he's won the only
fucking
player. Yeah, that's
Browns
right. Yeah, I was
since he
just about to
born.
say he's won them a playoff
So he's
game,
won
hasn't he?
two of them, and
So he
one,
won
the Browns
and
have
now
only
in
won
Tampa.
one.
Yeah, shout out to Baker.
But they did him, like I said, I think Baker's a bit of an anomaly right now. I don't think this is how good he is. I think you'll get a Geno Smith sort of contract and
Yeah.
probably regress next year.
Yeah, like
But he-
15 mil, 18
But,
million.
but
something
he's
like that.
earned that right, and he'll get paid. He'll get paid at a
I
and
think-
he'll be back at Tampa.
If you're
next year.
Tampa, you roll with him again.
And I also
surely.
don't think that they're going to be an easy beat next week either. So, but we'll talk about that later. I think who are we talking about? I can't remember.
Flacco.
Flacco.
Yeah.
I think that the Browns, they did Baker dirty. They then traded for Deshaun Watson,
Yeah.
cast Baker aside like he was fucking nothing.
Which was wrong.
And I think the karma was they ended up with Joe Flacco, who played so well down the stretch and got into the playoffs, and it was like, peace out.
I
Yeah.
was waiting for him to rip off his fucking Browns jersey and have a Ravens jersey. Just going, Deuces, I'm back, baby doll.
Pick sixes were
Were
terrible. The second one was fucking atrocious.
We
the
did-
linebacker was standing next to him,
Yeah,
and he's just
yeah.
like, "What the fuck?"
Fuck
It's
yeah.
like,
Dave,
come on,
He looked so
ridiculous.
surprised, didn't he?
we did Red Cup betting, ended
Yeah.
the live, and he threw a pick six, and DS looked at me and went, wow, that was unlucky timing to end the fucking live stream. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah.
that's fantastic.
It was outrageous. And you know what? I'm glad for the Texans, and we'll talk about them later. The Browns, this unfortunate, it's a factory of sadness there.
Mm.
Because I don't know what the answer is, because they can't move on from Deshaun Watson.
No, they can't.
So
Yeah.
unless he finds some sort of his former form, they're fucked.
They're praying for it. That's all they got.
Also, is it
Literally praying.
straight
They are.
facts, Amari Cooper has never played well in a big game.
Yeah.
He's great. I said, and that, at the
What do you mean? He's a cowboy. That's why.
yeah, exactly. He's got the stink of McCarthy on him still.
Yeah,
That's what I mean. Like he never plays well in big games. He never does. He has 200 yards. He had 200 yards against the Texans 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then they put Derek Stingley Jr. on him and went, "You're following that mother." He hasn't followed anyone around all year. What do you reckon D'Amico Ryans goes up to Derek Stingley and goes, "Hey, come here. You're following him around everywhere. I know you've done all year. Fucking beat him."
Yeah.
And what does he do?
You know what Ryan
Beats
said?
him like a fucking drum because
Yeah.
he's the black Dan Campbell.
you,
D'Amico
you know what
Ryans.
Ryan
Shout
said to
out.
him?
Yeah.
He said, you go where he goes. He goes take a piss, you take a piss. He goes and gets a hot dog, you say with sauce.
What is that from?
It's just an old saying.
I swear
If
that's
he
from
wants
the
Tim
movie.
Sims, you fucking put the
Shout
soy
out.
sauce on for him.
Son.
Shout out.
Nah,
You
but they
fucking
said,
stick on
was
it.
anyone upset the Browns lost? I'm sorry, Browns fans. If the all three
No,
of
not
you-
not at all because
Oh,
I'm in love with Houston. Shout
Yeah.
out.
I said
I might start following Houston next year.
the fact that
So that
fact
would
that
be such
should-
an Eagles supporter.
we should just both turncoat and become Texans fans.
100%.
next year. You know what's going to happen? They're going to fucking regress. They'll be like one and 17.
I'm starting from now. Fuck the Eagles.
No, but I think it's great that the team that at this point fleeced the Cleveland Browns
Fleeced
for
them,
Deshaun
all right.
Watson,
Yeah.
beat them. And then you see Deshaun Watson shaking D'Amico Ryan's hands. I couldn't stop fucking laughing.
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, he was out there shaking everyone's hands.
Yeah.
There's a clip of like D'Amico Ryan's in the video, in the photo. It looks like he's trying to avoid him.
Yeah.
But I don't think he was. But yeah, it's so funny. That's karma.
I agree.
And like unlike the Packers beating, because what would have been karma for the Cowboys was them winning big over Green Bay, rolling into fucking Dallas with their dicks swinging like idiots, and Dan Campbell putting fucking 60 on them.
Yeah.
That would have been the ultimate.
No, that would have been karma.
But in turn, it's got them another home playoff game. 'cause the
Another home
Cowboys lost.
playoff. Yeah.
It's great.
Talking about that game, Stafford gallant in defeat.
Yeah,
Good comeback in the end. I thought it was
Yeah,
chance.
yeah, it was good comeback in the second half. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Lions
think
kick-
the first half, Detroit looked really good. Like those first couple series.
Speaking
Goff
of
looked really
speaking of pressure, can you imagine the pressure that was on Jared Goff in that game? Like that pressure. They were,
we're talking about it before the podcast. That throw, and I said it before, that throw that he made on second down to get the first down to then be able to kneel out the game, bro. The
I can-
nutsack on this guy.
I
Literally
can
brass
give you a
balls.
series of events that explains to you why every player in the NFL would want to play for Dan Campbell.
Go on.
So the Rams, the series before, they drove down into field goal. It was a 51-yard field goal.
Yep.
It was 3rd down and 4. Aiden Hutchinson,
Yep.
who's been second overall pick, people were unsure about him, plays like an absolute fucking dog, like
Yep.
buys into the mentality.
Yep.
Flies off the edge, gets held, gets called.
Yep.
Affects the throw, so they can't complete and get the first down.
Yep.
They got a 51-yard field goal, holding, 10-yard penalty. Any other coach is like, all right, I'm going to decline it, make him kick the 51-yard field goal to take the lead. We'll have 2 minutes left. We'll win the game.
Yep.
Not Dan Campbell. He goes, I accept the penalty. Give him 3rd and 14.
Yeah.
Do you know what your defense is doing at that point? Because I guarantee what he's saying to him is fucking stop him again. They're out of field goal range now. Don't give him a field goal.
Yep.
So what happened? What does Aiden Hutchinson do in the next play? He comes off
The
the
same
fucking
thing
ball
again,
like
bro.
a maniac. The difference is this time the tackle can't hold him because he's so much. He's even quicker this time.
Yeah.
Affects a throw. They don't get any yards. They don't kick a field goal. They have to go for it on 4th down, get turnover on downs.
Yep.
Then they get back on the field. They run it once, get a yard. 2nd and 9, 2-minute warnings hit. Rams have 1 timeout. He goes, Jared, throw it.
Yep.
Amon-Ra St. Brown. He zings a
That-
fucking ball in.
That throw was just, it was
It was literally like, it was like Jared Goff was like, fuck you, Rams.
Yep.
And you know what, again?
Oh,
What do you
there
reckon?
was so much. You could see the fuck you fizzing off the ball
Yeah.
as he threw it, bro.
It was
amazing.
him slapping his cock in
Yep.
Sean McVay's
Like
face. And if you're a player, when that play call, I've been in a lot of offensive huddles, and there are times when a play call
That
comes in and
and
you're-
everyone's like, you're
I'm not sure if
tingling.
you were playing back in the day when Taylor was playing. Taylor Gist, good friend of ours.
Shout out.
He was playing left guard. We're playing the Predators earlier in their careers, and they were fucking jawing off, talking shit,
Yep.
big boys. And we just started running 21 zone,
Yeah,
21
I was
21
there.
zone.
Yeah, I was there.
and we run the same play an entire drive over me and Taylor. That
Yep.
was, and they got to the point where they knew we were doing, and they were lining up, and me and Taylor were like, "Doesn't matter what you do, put 10 guys there. We
You're
don't
not gonna-
care."
You're not going to stop it.
We ran all the way down. We scored a touchdown. Those moments, that offense, and that play, that's the only thing I can think of that they would have felt in that. 'Cause
Yeah.
on that play, every time we went back to the huddle on that drive and they called 21 zone, me and Taylor were just like,
Yes.
fuck,
Yes.
let's go. That feeling that team must have got, one on defense when Dan Campbell was like, send them back, stop them.
Yep.
The defense would have been like,
Fuck
man.
yes. Yes.
Because you know what? That cunt might not win a Super Bowl. He might lose next week. I don't know. But you know what he'll lose? He'll lose to his own fucking decisions.
Yeah.
He won't lose to refs. He won't lose to bullshit. He will go down swinging, biting a kneecap off. I swear, like it sounds like a cliche now, but that's literally what
It's
they're
literally
like.
what
They're
he
like,
does,
we
yeah.
will go
And
down.
the players
the way we
fucking
wanna go.
love him
I'm
for
telling
it,
you, that
bro.
offense would have been like, it would have been like Jared Goff would have to been like, cool, big fucking cool. Like
Yeah.
they're gonna know if you guys start being weird. Like
yeah.
go out there like a running. Like they might. The feeling that would have been for that team and Jared Goff.
Because you could
to be
just
like-
imagine in the huddle, everyone would just be like, fuck yeah, come on, let's
like
do it.
Jared Goff would have been like, he's putting everything on me to win this game, and then he got it.
And everyone in that huddle would have known that, like, if he makes his throw, we win. Like,
It's
that's
awesome. It's awesome. That
Fucking
is a
shout
coach, and they said that's what the Cowboys need. But there's not many Dan Campbells out there.
Yeah.
There are not many.
it. And like I said, the players fucking love him because he's an ex-player, and like everyone just like he believes in them so much. He's like, yeah, you guys can do this, do it.
I don't even know if he believes in them to win or succeed all the time. I think he just believes that I'm going to win and lose by what you guys do,
Yeah. So like,
and I'm going to give you every opportunity
do it. Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let a holding penalty. I'm going to fucking send them back, and I'm going to make them earn. I'm going to make it. They might score. I don't know, but I'm going to make them beat me. I'm going to make them get 14 yards.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's something I respect.
I actually heard a pretty good fucking quote watching Last Chance U by Coach JB. It's players win games, coaches can lose it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So players go out, like he's one of those coaches that goes, go win the fucking game.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lose it for you.
Fuck, I
You-
hope they win a Super Bowl.
You can't lose this game. You can only win it.
Nothing
how
would
they
make
see it.
me happier than if they won a Super Bowl this year.
And it's just such a good moment for Goff too, because like, you know, obviously you had that.
He
had-
got fucking abandoned.
yeah, he got literally,
And you
got,
know
literally
what?
got thrown out.
Everyone was like, even me. I remember what happened. I was like, what a great move by them. Stafford will be.
I didn't like the move the whole
I
time. Yeah, they won the Super
honestly,
Bowl.
well, they won a Super Bowl. I honestly thought that Goff, like that's probably one of the most even trades of all time.
Now it is, but at the time it wasn't.
No, and I remember being like, oh, they'll use Goff as like a bridge quarterback for a year. They'll
Yeah.
be last in the league. They'll draft a
Let's
QB.
be
No,
honest.
they took Aiden Hutchinson
Let's
instead.
let's be honest.
Yeah.
Right. The Rams, like whatever happened between McVay and Goff, McVay just said, "No, I'm off Goff. I'm done with Goff."
It wasn't his play.
Get
It
me
was
some-
something else.
It was something else.
I
Get
think
him.
Goff said he wants to fuck McVay's wife.
Is that
That's
actually-
right.
Is that,
Yeah.
was that
That,
him?
that was a
hearing that.
rumor.
I thought that was
That's what I
another
remember-
guy.
No, I remember hearing
that's
that.
why he cut him. He cut someone mid-season because he was sent.
I reckon if Aaron Donald said that though, he wouldn't cut him.
He'd be like, "Yes, sir."
But
Aaron,
like, I will say
let
to
me
the
watch.
Rams though, great season. Like Sean McVay's press conference after was like, he's quite emotional. He said, "I feel like we lost, but I feel like this season's been such a massive win for me because it's
Yeah.
reinvigorated my love."
yeah.
These players made me want to coach again.
He was gonna quit
was
last
done.
year. Aaron Donald was gonna retire.
Yeah.
They convinced them all, and he said it's reinvigorated me. Like I'm
Yep.
ready to fucking go. So
Yeah.
I said, be ready for the Rams next year because if
Yep.
Stafford plays like that, Puka Nakua as well. Fucking me. Every team, 32 teams, 31 teams, 4 times over are going to regret not drafting that
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Mhm.
No, but how do you know? Like,
But you don't know.
well, let's see. He didn't test well.
No,
He
awful,
he did
awful
not,
athlete.
He
That
didn't
was his-
test well
that
at
was his
all.
things.
There's actually footage of them like in the draft from going. He's not a great athlete, but he's the fucking guy we want and the guy we need.
yeah.
And he's going to be fit. He's even
He's
fucking
tough
even McVay's
motherfucker,
saying he's like,
Jesus.
we've fucking nailed this pick.
Yeah.
And they fucking a 5th round
Mate,
fucking wide receiver going off.
He just broke a
It's
record
broke.
that stood since 1964.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even real
He broke.
football.
He broke,
back
he
then.
broke 2 receiving records this year.
touchdowns and
No. He broke the
Receptions.
regular season
and the
yards
playoff one
and the playoff yards
Yeah.
for a rookie
Yeah.
with DK Metcalf's
in one game.
in one game.
Insane. Well done, Rams. I think they'll be good next year. If
I agree.
if Stafford, like they were going to trade Stafford. We were all talking about in the preseason. Though.
Yeah,
Are they going to trade him?
Yeah,
Apparently, they were making calls to trade him.
yeah.
Like fuck, they didn't because you know what? Stafford's a baller, and
Yeah.
like he got booed pretty badly. I thought
I don't
apparently
know, why were they booing?
apparently
What was
they
that about?
booed his wife out of the stadium.
No,
I didn't
they booed
say
his
that.
kids as well.
Apparently, it was real bad.
Why were they booing him?
They did put a ban on his jerseys in the stadium.
Why?
I think that's you know what? Give them their flowers.
That's
No-
Detroit.
For the first time ever, someone was able to text saying congratulations on the playoff for the Detroit Lions.
Dude,
he got
he gave 10 years there,
Gave
and
him everything.
he literally gave him every drip of
Remember the
everything that
game
he
where he
had.
dislocated his
Yeah.
shoulder on the touchdown and then went
Yeah.
down and ran the 2-point and got it?
Yes.
Like that's a shit you'll never forget. Like I think
Can't
they'll
boo-
probably.
you
I think
can't boo that.
I
bro.
think they'll probably they should have been booing McVay. He's
Yes.
the one that snake. Like he's the one that did
snaked
it.
Goff. Exactly.
Like
yeah.
the only person that should have been upset in that move was Goff, and he was, and you could tell he was. You could the way he came out of that game, he was like, "Fuck you."
He's like, fuck.
and
I'm
you-
in full fucking
After the
mode.
first
And I love
fucking
it.
knee, he thought he could just walk off.
Did you see?
He
Dan
turned around
Campbell-
He was so excited, bro.
He
was like, yeah.
he hit him with, "Are you not entertained?"
What-
After the first knee.
Well, what Dan Campbell said about him after the game was like, obviously, we wouldn't be here without him. He's as so important to this team. We love having him here. And then he finished with, Jared Goff will always be good enough for me.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
Bang.
I was wanting to be my dad. And
And
I have
this
a
is
great dad.
And this is what you do have. You do have a great dad.
But I still
Shout
want
out.
Dan Campbell to be my dad.
But this is why the players
Your
love him,
daddy.
bro. This is why the players love him.
Yeah. And I hope it continues. All right. Is that all the.
That's
games?
all. That's all the look back games. Yes.
Fuck. We have. Sorry, everyone.
Strap in.
Strap in. Let's
Strap
go.
on.
Listen to it in 2 parts. Strap on.
Oh,
baby.
Strap in. Strap
So
on.
less.
Wait.
Bit of iglooing.
Oh wow. That's a.
All right, let's
that's a
start.
throw back to the.
Rocky, here's your turn. Texans at Ravens. You tell me why the Ravens are going to fucking beat the Texans because these motherfuckers are coming in to play.
Because we're the Baltimore fucking Ravens.
Yeah.
You're going to beat them.
We're
so
fucking.
much.
We're,
I don't think
we're 2 weeks rested,
Yeah.
and it's a fucking team. Okay, let's look back. Last time we were number one seed was 2019.
Yeah.
You know how many people still play on that fucking team from that year?
Your fullback?
No,
No, was your fullback called use check back then?
no. That's when we won a Super Bowl.
That
Shout,
was a new one.
shout out, you check.
Use
No,
Shout out.
Yeah.
9 fucking players are on that team since 2019.
Yeah.
9.
Lamar?
Lamar, Jay Tuck. Fuck, if you go back at Marlon Humphreys, not Stout.
Hump baby.
Yeah, Humphreys is
Humpy.
there. If you go back on it, there's only 9 fucking players.
Your big D
On that
tackle,
team.
Brandon Pierce. He'd be one.
Yeah, he's come back for it.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. This is a completely fucking different team.
Yeah.
And the way this team plays, it's a fucking unbeatable fucking team.
I think-
they
I think-
changed it fucking 6-7 weeks ago. They're
Mhm.
being one of the best fucking offenses. If you look at them, the way they move the ball is
Are you
better
keeping
than...
receipts of this?
No.
Keep fucking
He's,
receiving.
everything he's saying
Time
is
check it.
correct.
Yeah.
Everything
Look,
he's
I'm
saying is correct.
I think the Texans are really
And I think
good.
I think
and
the
I've
week off has come at the perfect
been
time.
saying this for so long. Their magic's been great. I've thoroughly enjoyed them. And that they might win because it's a game and they've got to play it. So they've got a chance.
Absolutely, you do have to play
But
it.
The biggest
Yeah,
shock that
the
could
only way
happen
they
to
can
me.
win is like that Simpsons throwback to that Simpsons episode when he was boxing and he's like, you got to visualize the win and
Yeah.
visualize this Drederick Tatum dying of a heart attack.
I
before the
even
match.
think like
that's the only way they can win, bro.
Packers 49ers, nothing would shock me more. And if the Packers beat the 49ers, it still wouldn't shock me as much as if the Texans beat the Ravens this week. I
No,
think that if the
would be a
Texans
bigger
were able
shock,
to win,
yes.
if put it this way, if the Texans somehow win this game, they're winning the fucking Super Bowl.
No, there's no way.
Or
They
they're,
can't-
or they're
they
losing
can't
to the
win.
Lions.
They can't win.
It's the black versus white Dan Campbell matchup that we all need. I said I think the Ravens are too good. They're rested. Lamar has played so well this year. He's measured. He's controlled. He's got complete handle of that offense.
Mhm.
The offensive line's good. They can run the ball. And I haven't even got to their defense yet. Roquan Smith should be the defensive player of the year. He fucking won't be, but he should be.
It's a fucking
I-
joke.
I'm with you.
award.
Because he doesn't get enough sacks, so he won't fucking win.
The stupidest
Simple
fucking
as that.
defensive player.
And, for the,
award.
and he did say in our prediction show that Roquan Smith
I
was
know.
going to win.
And I think you should win.
And
it.
he-
He is
and
absolutely
honestly,
played better.
based on play and the eye test, which I love the eye test.
Yeah.
he should.
Yeah.
I agree.
I will shout out to one player from the Texans because Myles Garrett, who's probably going to win defensive MVP. What Laramie Tunsil did to Myles Garrett on the weekend, I reckon Myles Garrett, and he's a very good football player and one of the best defensive players in football. I don't reckon he slept that night. I think
Yeah.
he would have laid it. When did I message you guys saying you should watch Laramie
Yeah, it was
Tunsil?
like early in the first quarter.
I'm not saying Myles Garrett quit or gave up or anything. I'm not saying he didn't make a few plays. He got zero pass rush pressure.
Did you hear what happened after he got home?
No.
Well, he took his phone out of his pocket. He took his keys. Then he took fucking Miles Garrett out of his back.
Nah.
Because that's where he stayed the whole fucking game.
Mate, Miles Garrett
No
made some
pressure.
few plays
Yeah,
on
but
the
you got to
run.
remember also, like, Larry Tunsil's a top tier tackle, bro.
Top
Like,
five
he's,
left tackle.
he's good.
He gets
Like,
forgotten about, Larry.
yeah, he does. He's very
because
good.
of the bong mask.
Yeah, I know.
Now he'd
Yeah.
be celebrated. He wouldn't have fallen in the draft.
Yeah, no
Teams would have been
shit.
trading up
Oh,
for him.
promote that man.
Have you seen the documentary on that?
No, I never watched
Sports
it.
Nation.
He's
Did a great fucking, like,
his guy
three-part series
fucked
on-
him.
It was his father did that?
No,
or-
his stepdad.
That's
Yeah,
it,
his
yeah.
Stepdad did it. Yep.
But like the first play, the first run play they had, Miles Garrett, to his credit, actually made the tackle for about a 3-yard gain. Laramie Tunsil came off the fucking ball, and
Yeah.
you can hear it like the
The
collective
clash,
clash.
yeah.
I swear to fucking God, I heard the clash alone of Laramie Tunsil.
Yeah,
being
yeah,
Mi-
yeah, yeah.
And I'm not saying Miles Garrett took a backward step and was like, "Oh, I'm a pussy. This is fucked." They smashed fucking heads,
Yeah.
and he drove himself, and then Garrett like shredded off him and made the tackle.
Yeah.
And they both kind of got up and looked at each other like,
We're on here.
we are.
Yeah.
I even think Garrett played okay at times. He didn't get much pressure, which that was Tunsil towed him up in the pass
Yeah.
protection. But that matchup was
But that's
Mate.
that's what the playoffs is, though. That's what you want to see. Like, you want to see top tier guys at their
Oh.
position duking it out.
It reminded me. Remember when Fletcher Cox and Zach Martin, when they were both like when Fletcher Cox was his prime,
Yeah.
and they had that game in the playoffs where they just fucking brawled
Brawled.
each other,
Literally.
and they were fighting,
Yep.
talking shit.
Yep.
And then after the game, they just hugged each
Hugged
other.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what it
Yeah.
reminded me. It was like
Yeah, I remember
two
that game.
soldiers.
That was
fighting.
that game. If you've ever seen a footage of like two brown bears fighting, that's what that's what that game
It was
looked like. It was just like two
unbelievable.
brown bears fighting.
Remind me also of back in the Hard Knocks, the New York Jets. They had Chris Jenkins, who was the big nose tackle for the Jets, and Nick Mangold was the center.
Yeah, that's right.
And they
yeah.
did goal line,
Yeah.
goal line,
Yeah,
and
that's right. Yeah,
they were like Nick Mangold was literally like, "You line up on me every fucking play, you bitch."
yeah.
And he's like, "Well, the scheme." He's like, "I don't fuck the scheme."
Yep.
And Jenkins runs to his coach and he's like, "I'm lining up on him every play. I don't care who the
Yeah.
fuck where I'm
Yeah.
lining. That's where I'm going." And they just brawl.
I
That
love
was
it.
practice.
That's good. But that's
Yeah,
good.
It was awesome. So shout out to Laramie Tunsil. But yeah, I don't I can't pick a way the Texans could do this unless CJ Stroud is just this
Can't happen.
fucking good.
No, it can't.
I
It
just can't see it happening.
If both teams play as well as they possibly can,
Yeah.
Baltimore win by 3 scores.
Yes. And I just think
That's if
Baltimore
both
are ready.
teams play as well as they possibly can.
I think Baltimore are ready personally.
Yeah,
I'm,
that's what I'm
I'm,
saying.
I'm, I'm a big.
This-
I'm on Baltimore.
This was the perfect time for them to have a week off. A veteran team, rest up,
Yep.
everyone get healthy, no niggles.
and
can
they
scheme
also
up.
they didn't play a lot of their starters the last game of the
Yeah,
season
they
as well,
didn't.
which
Yeah,
got
perfect.
the Steelers in.
I'm just looking through the injury report from the week 18. We had a lot of people fucking miss.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a
they-
lot of
Perfect
fucking
time to
people
rest
miss.
up,
100%.
get people healthy, get people jabbed up, scheme up, and you're ready to go.
We all taking Ravens,
Surely, bro.
right? I don't think it'll be like a blowout. I don't think they'll beat them by like 40
No,
points.
the-
I just think
the-
they'll control.
3 scores.
It'll be like the Bills Steelers game. They'll just have control the whole time.
It'll be 3
Texans
scores.
will keep fighting, but the Ravens will just be too good.
Well, how I see it going down is we're going to get in Stroud's face early.
Yeah.
And he's going to fucking throw a couple picks. And I know he's been good with the ball all year.
Yeah,
Has been pretty good
It's
with the ball.
number
yeah.
one
He's thrown
takeaway
5 picks
defense.
this year.
Yeah.
It's the number one
It's
takeaway
Rookie season
defense.
5.
I think he actually threw a couple in the first game. No, he didn't.
No, it was
No,
only
he went
throw-
like 7 games without throwing.
Yeah,
He had a real bad game where he threw
yeah,
2.
he threw like 2 or 3. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Like he's either way, the Texans, no matter what happens in this game,
No matter what, they're winners.
and,
no matter what.
and they're probably setting themselves up to be that division winner for the next few years.
Like I said, they got their stud quarterback, their stud pass rusher, and their stud coach. they're set.
Anderson played so well.
Yeah, man. They're set. They're
Fuck,
set.
he looked so good.
They're set.
All right, next game.
Next game is Packers. So that's the 8:30 game
Yep.
Sunday for us.
Yep.
Next game is the Packers 49ers at 12:30.
It's an old school rivalry game.
Yeah, yeah. See, I think that like
Oh, the Lions are gonna the 49ers are gonna fuck them in half.
they're gonna fuck them in 8 pieces, bro.
Yeah.
It's
Do you
gonna-
reckon the Packers can win?
I reckon the Packers are a fucking chance.
No.
No, I think the Packers.
Brocky, I love
are-
you. I'm telling you now.
I know,
Mark my words. But take
is
a
it-
receipt.
is it-
I'll take this receipt.
Is it
Take
your
the
head
receipt.
or your gut telling you?
It's the gut.
Yeah, he's got
Take the receipt. Take the receipt. The game will be over.
No, the 49ers love losing NFC championship games. They're not going to lose this one.
The game will be over before the game will be over before quarter time.
Do you know what was actually
If
funny?
we're looking at this, I reckon you probably said that about the fucking Green Bay versus Cowboys game. The Cowboys were meant to
Might
kick
have.
the shit out
No,
of them.
I'm pretty sure I said halftime.
In fairness, they should
I
have.
said
They
I
should
said
It was the
halftime.
2
But
seed versus the 7
This thing,
at home when
at
they hadn't lost for 16
They've been
games.
trouncing everybody at home.
but when you're on
They're putting 50 on people.
When you're on a streak, you're on a fucking streak. And when you're on a heater, like Jordan Love is, why the fuck do you fold?
The
Yeah,
game
well,
will
he-
Flacco was on a heater.
Yeah,
Flacco
Flacco's on a heater. He's also
Sorry,
38 years
Flack
old.
Sanity was on a heater.
He's also 38 years old.
the game will be over by quarter time.
Trust me, I hope this because do you know what pissed me off this after the Cowboys loss? The 49ers official Instagram and Twitter started trolling the Cowboys.
Oh wow!
Do you know what
Oh,
team
wow.
hasn't won a Super Bowl for longer than the Dallas Cowboys?
49.
The fucking 49ers.
Yeah.
And I commented on it. I pulled a George saying, that's all right. We'll just wait for you to lose the NFC Championship game
Yeah,
again.
yeah, yeah.
And I was looking at the comments and everyone, not even Cowboys people, were like, maybe just pump the fucking brakes.
pump the
Like,
brakes, yeah.
I was surprised by it. Like, that's a
Yeah,
Chargers thing to do. You know?
That's really dumb. I don't know why they.
It was weird. But anyway, I don't think
just
the Niners.
concentrate on
will-
winning football games.
I don't
Like-
think the Niners will lose.
No. It'll be over by quarter time.
What would be great is if Purdy just had a monumental collapse.
Why would that be
exactly? What happens if he gets injured?
It'd be awesome. Like if you just threw like 5 picks and if you pulled a Dak Prescott.
I
If you watched the tape from last week and was like,
I just
that's
don't,
what I do.
I just don't see it.
Nah,
Like,
me
Shanahan's
neither.
too good a coach.
Yeah, I think they win by a lot. Or,
He'll,
like,
he'll just get. You know what Shanahan's going to do? He's already had a week. Apparently, I read a tweet
Hmm.
that
They started,
they started.
halftime.
They started scheming. They started scheming for Green Bay at halftime.
yeah, because they probably wouldn't have been scheming much for him.
No, they wouldn't have been. They started scheming for him at halftime.
If anything, the Cowboys have done the Packers a favor.
I'm telling you now. It's,
What about late in the game? The
Purdy's-
Cowboys are coming back. They were like, "Stop scheming. We don't know. We don't know.
Purdy's
Go back
gonna-
to the Cowboys."
Purdy's going to do what he's done all season. He's going to throw his little bubbles. He's going to throw his little 4-yard outs. He's going to get CMC's going to get all
CMC's
these.
had 3 weeks off. He's going
Yeah,
to come in.
he's going to.
You just got a gut feeling.
Green Bay 460, bet it.
I respect.
And
the
what
gut
about
feeling.
Sanford? What is Sanford? $1.08?
$1.30.
I respect the gut.
$1.20.
What's
I
the
respect
line?
the gut
line?
feeling.
What's the line?
9.5 points.
I'd take the minus.
Has there ever been that has to be one of the highest playoff, like divisional round playoff lines ever.
Well, they
I
haven't
don't
done 7 seeds for a long time.
No, well, they're the first 7 seed to ever win.
That's what I
Yeah.
mean. But it's only like the
Yeah.
fourth year of having seven
Cowboys.
wild cards.
Yeah.
I'm
Hey,
a Jets fan.
You're making history. No,
We are.
you're a Miami of Ohio.
Also, I saw a tweet that was Mike McCarthy's been fired more times by the Packers than Prescott has playoff wins.
Well,
Funny, but also not true.
also,
He's been fired once. Prescott's won 2 playoff games. I'm not saying it's good, but if you're going to be funny, be fucking right.
be accurate.
Because he was getting torched.
That's what I said to you. I
And
said, if you're trying to
fucking-
be funny, be accurate.
And Garraway,
I'll go. There's ball clips.
Garraway messaged me that saying I saw the funniest thing today, and I was like, yes, if true, that's very funny. But Prescott has 2 playoff wins. I don't think Mike McCarthy's been fired. He hasn't
Shout
been
out.
rehired by Green Bay.
Shout out to former host.
And
Richard
his
Garraway.
response was, "Oh damn, it's not funny now." It's like, I thought it was gold. I'm like, yeah, if it's true, I would have fucking
I can
laughed.
picture him saying that. Like, damn it.
If he'd never won a playoff game and that was true, I would have been like, yeah,
It's pretty good.
that's a good, fair bump. Play on.
Yeah. I think they're going to score 3 times the first quarter and the game's going to be over.
Talking
Yeah.
about,
I'm
talking about
taking
Richie,
Niners. You're taking Niners.
He actually did send something to the Vault page.
Oh, shout
It
out.
was the Mason Cox fucking bracket he did. All the picks have lost for
Oh,
the first 4 weeks.
okay. Well,
First week,
You know why
he
Mason
didn't hit a
Cox?
pass. Oh, no,
I'd
he hit one.
say stick to AFL, but I don't reckon you're that good at that either. Shut the fuck up, you
He's-
tall fuck.
He got one, and it was Buffalo winning. That's
Okay.
the only one he got right.
What one is? What Sporting Globe is Mason Cox at this weekend? He'll be one of the fucking because he's American and
No,
plays football.
Todd Gurley is going to be at the.
Oh, wow. Really?
Todd Gurley's going to be at the Sporting Globe 4 Pints in Sydney.
Oh, fantastic.
Who's in Cherney?
I don't know yet. Don't think we'll get anyone. Nah, Benny Graham's over in ESPN.
The Vols studio will handle it.
We'll send,
I'm
we'll
kind
step
of a
up.
big deal around.
send us to Vegas.
I've met a lot of people in
You're
the
kind of a big
toilets.
deal in Croydon. You're kind of a big deal in Croydon.
All right,
What's
next
next
game,
game?
Bucks at Lions. I think this is going to be a good game.
I disagree.
What Baker played pretty well. Maybe he's not playing the Eagles.
He's not
right
playing
now.
the fucking Eagles, bro.
I retract my statement. Lions. You reckon the Lions are going to beat him big?
No, I think it'll be like 2 scores.
Lions don't really blow teams
Yeah,
out
it'll be
that
like 2
often.
scores. Yeah.
Yeah,
What they will do is get pressure on
yeah,
Baker.
they will. Yeah, they
And
definitely.
but Eagles got no pressure on him.
Don't look-
That's why he looks so good because he had no pressure.
Lions defense isn't very good though. It's kind of a mirage. Their defense. They got Hutchinson, who's a really good player. Got a couple of okay players, but their secondary's trash.
Yeah, the secondary's not great.
Like I think this will be a high scoring game. I think the Lions will win. I think it'll be like a 31-28 sort of situation
Okay.
where they're just a little bit better late in the game, or they drain out the clock.
I don't think they can score that many points.
The Bucks.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Lions defense is terrible. Like they're like the 28th ranked defense.
Rams are a better offense. They didn't even score that many points.
Yeah, because Goff was slapping him with his dick the
And
whole.
I think he's going to do the
fucking
same thing again.
time. Yeah. And they said it's at home. They're
I think
very
they're going to
good
run the
at
ball.
home.
I think
Don't get me
they're gonna
wrong.
run the ball
I think the
again.
Lions will win. I just think this will be a good game because I think the Bucks are quite tough, especially defensively.
Yeah, they're tough. So
They're
besides
hard-nosed.
Detroit, though,
That's what I mean. I think it'll be a
two
good
tough
matchup.
teams. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's going to be high scoring at all. This is going to be a tough
I think it'll be
game.
You mean like a 20-10 sort
Yeah,
of
that's what I
situation?
think. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, you meant when you said I don't think it's score that much. You think both teams won't score?
No, I'm saying it's going to be a tough game because the Bucks defense is good and they're good against the run too.
Yeah, I'm taking the Lions by a field goal, maybe like a late touchdown to win it by 10 points.
I reckon
like an ice game. Yeah.
What's the line?
6.5 points.
Yeah, that's a good line. Yeah, it's about right. So to one touchdown.
The points are 48.5.
Any chance the Bucks can do it?
As in like that's the over.
No. Yeah, for total match points.
I'll
48.
be taking the under.
Can you imagine if Baker just come out and just fucking flop his cock on the table and beat him?
I just don't think he's good enough, man.
No, I don't either. But can you imagine if he did?
I'd be
A
unbelievable.
Baker playoff run is the greatest
on the
thing in
on the
world in
on the
my eyes.
road in Detroit. Come on, bro. It's pretty unlikely.
Fuck, it'd be fun. It'd be so fun.
It'd be fun, no doubt, but I just don't see it.
I want the Lions.
I think the Lions are that high now. They're just riding that wave.
Do you
now.
think the Lions? Let's just say that everything goes as we think. Lions beat the Bucks, whatever. Not easily, but handily. Like they're the much better team.
Yep.
49ers beat the Packers. Do you think the Lions can go in and beat the 49ers?
No,
Yeah, I tend to agree.
only because
We've said all year that the benchmark for anyone but the 49ers should be when you lose to the 49ers.
Yeah, when you
in the
lose.
playoffs.
only
That's
because
acceptable.
are we talking? We're saying both teams playing as well as they can.
Yeah.
the 49ers are just better. They're just better.
I agree.
They're just a better team. They've got a better team. They've got a better coach.
Would the Niners be better if Goff played for them than Brock Purdy?
I think it'd be the same.
I think
it'd be the same.
Do you think Goff? I think Goff's much better than Brock Purdy.
Yeah, I know, but I think in that scheme,
Yeah,
it's not about the
Goff's
because-
also a dead shit.
At that-
We know that.
yeah, at that point,
It's been
like,
well
that's what I'm saying.
documented.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Purdy's
Like,
very
Purdy's
intelligent.
perfect for that scheme.
Yeah.
He's perfect for Shanahan. That's why Shanahan rolls with him because he knows that what he can make those. He can make those little throws. He can make the reads. He's smart enough to make the reads, and he doesn't turn the ball over.
It's true. Unless he plays the Ravens. Then he turns it over a whole bunch.
Yeah.
You got to force him
In
to.
fairness, who doesn't?
And going back to what we were saying before, you were saying about maybe Houston can do this and do that. I'm telling you now, like Ravens aren't losing.
Oh,
the game.
I said
Ravens
it'd be
Ravens
the
are winning
most.
the whole thing.
That'd be the most shocked I've been all season.
It ain't happening, bro.
Like
the Ravens are
nothing
winning
will,
the whole thing.
nothing will shock me more than if the Texans.
No
win
one's
that game.
no one's beaten the Ravens.
Do you reckon they're beating the Niners in the Super Bowl?
Yes, 100%.
Oh, they did it.
Because they want. I'm not saying it to.
Did we just become best friends?
No, I'm not saying it.
I'm on it.
I'm not saying it to kiss anyone's ass. I'm
You
saying
think
it
they
because they're just that good. And like, who in the NFC runs around and plays like Lamar does? Nobody. There's no archetype that you can.
Zach Wilson. Oh, he's in the AFC. Sorry, I'm mistaken.
There's nobody in the
You
NFC
said
that
NFC.
can like play on a semi-regular basis to try and like, oh yeah, this is who we're
He's
up
a
against.
nightmare. Can you
That's what I'm
imagine
saying.
trying
You
to scheme against
There's
him?
a
He's
reason
not.
he's
He's
like
not.
16-1 against NFC teams the
That's what I'm
first time we play him.
That's
Because
exactly
NFC 's
right.
NFC is
No,
soft.
it's because there's no one like him in the NFC. It's like he's like who the fuck is this guy?
He's a faster, more accurate Michael Vick. Who would have ever thought? And hasn't killed as many dogs, to our knowledge.
The guy throws lasers.
He's a fucking saint.
I agree,
Put respect
but
on
I
his
have
name.
called people saints before, and it has backfired on me.
Seriously, he runs like a panther and he throws lasers. Like,
He's a gun.
how do you scheme that?
You know what the best thing is?
Kill him.
He hasn't been running like a panther.
Yeah, but
And
he
he
can though.
No,
he
no,
can,
and
and you have to be aware of it at all times. That's the
Imagine if he
point I'm
just went,
making.
oh, fuck, I'm running downhill. Stop me.
Yeah, you,
fucking
I'm saying you just
stop me.
can't. That's the point I'm making. You can't.
He's the Black Dak Prescott. I know what to say.
Dak
But with
Prescott is
ability.
black. Dak Prescott is black.
Uh,
No, he can say the word. He can say the word.
he can say it, but does he?
You know, yeah, but yeah, he can.
I reckon him and Zeke have said it a few times to each other. Who's taking Bucks, Lions? Who you taking? I'm taking Lions.
Lions for sure.
Lions.
They're riding that wave.
I said if the 49ers and the Lions should be fucking ecstatic at what happened to the Eagles and Cowboys.
Yeah, 100%.
Because if they can't both make the NFC Championship game, they have got no one to fucking blame.
yeah, they got that's it.
Because we've given the fucking Niners the 7 seed and the Lions a home game against the 9 and 7 4 seed.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if these two teams don't make it, it's a travesty, and
Well,
and
they
it's
should.
it's disappointing for the playoffs. I think
No, but
I
they
think
will. They
if
will.
we get anything less than a 49ers Lions NFC championship
But they will.
game,
It's very.
I think
unlikely
they
they
will.
won't.
But hey, this has happened before.
I think it's very
Mate, the-
unlikely.
Don't remember the Cowboys were 12-point favorites, and a 7-seed had never won.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
I'm
that's
saying
the
it could
Cowboys.
happen.
The Cowboys do that shit though.
Yeah, they should have choked this week. This should have been the week they choked. All right, last game: Chiefs at Bills.
This is a very interesting wrinkle in this game that this is the first time that, barring a Super Bowl, which is always played in neutral territory, this is the first time Patrick Mahomes will play a playoff game on the road. I actually find that fucking amazing
I think he's also like third in playoff wins for a quarterback already.
already.
You know what the best part
Fuck,
about
I
that
hate him.
stat though?
What's that?
It wouldn't have happened if Tony lined up onside.
Yeah, I saw that meme today. If he didn't line up off sides and
If
they win that
it
game,
also wouldn't happen if the refs had called PI on MVS.
it would've
And
been-
fun
and-
fact, sliding door moment.
No.
Packers wouldn't have made the playoffs. Cowboys wouldn't have had to play him as a
Yep.
7
No,
seed.
no, it's better because it was against the fucking Bills, so they would have been the 2nd seed, so they wouldn't have had to move.
That would have almost knocked the Bills. I don't think the Bills would have recovered from that.
yeah,
They,
probably
would,
not.
they
'Cause
wouldn't.
they were like, fuck
They,
them.
they wouldn't have.
So
Yeah.
That was the start of their comeback.
Dolphins would have probably been the 3 seed or the 2 seed.
thing is, I don't even think it matters. Like, I think the Bills are just going to fucking wipe the floor with them.
It depends if someone falls in the pit for the new stadium they're building. They're 5-0 when someone jumps in the pit for the stadium they're building
The
across.
Bills.
Yep, they're
Oh, wow.
5-0. Someone,
Take that to the bank.
somebody fell in it. Someone fell in it. They won. So
Jumped in it or fell in it
fell in
accidentally?
it. And it's like Parks and Rec. He fell in it. Thought he saw a quarter at the bottom, tried to go down and get it. No. So
Andy Dwyer.
there's
Nah,
a thing.
I-
It's
I
called
think-
they don't feed the pit. So everyone's like people are just running down into the pit, getting injured.
They're fucking crazy.
Buffalo, okay.
It must be the cold. Makes them crazy, bro.
I'm gonna. I don't know if this is gonna shock you guys or not. I think the Chiefs are gonna win.
Nah.
I just think Mahomes. I just don't want to bet against him. Bills are fucking perennial. They're like they're the bigger
No,
chokers
they
than the Bills are the
the-
fucking Cowboys. They lost 4 Super Bowls in a row.
Yeah, okay.
I don't.
That wasn't with Josh Allen though.
Jalen. Yeah, because
It's the
he
problem.
played
And remember, he played
So
fucking,
fucking well.
amazing on the
for the
weekend, bro.
past month. I'll say one thing about
And
Josh
how
Allen.
good was their run game? How good was Cook?
Cooks is the best. He's the best. Who would have thought he'd be the best cooks in the NFL this year by a fucking country
By-
mile?
it's not- The other
Not
Cook
even close. Who's the other Cooks playing for?
Baltimore
the
Ravens, baby boy.
went ring chasing.
Imagine a Cooks v Cooks in an AFC Championship game.
Hey-oh.
I want the Bills to win. I really don't want them to win because I actually think if the Bills Ravens AFC Championship game would be a good game.
Of course it will be.
You have a tall, white, handsome gunslinger versus another quarterback. You know, I'm
course.
sick of the Mahomes. He's at his time.
Yeah, fuck Mahomes.
But my head is telling me that it's like Tom Brady. Just don't bet against him
Yeah, but how are you betting against Josh Allen? And you look how well he played on the weekend, man.
because Josh Allen, as good as he is, and as much as I love him, and as tall
And
and
the
as
only-
wide and as handsome
and
as
the
a
only
gunslinger as
reason-
he is, he's not a pimple on Patrick Mahomes' ass
Yeah, but
at full flight.
the only reason they fucking won that game was because of the cold. Like if that game was in Miami would probably win that game.
No, they won that game because Miami can't beat anyone good. They also beat Miami like 3 weeks ago too.
Mm.
The Chiefs.
Miami didn't beat anybody with a winning record.
They did. Dallas
They
Cowboys.
beat-
Okay,
beat
they
Dallas.
won
They beat one
one
team.
game.
Thanks to Dan Quinn.
You know who won the most games? Baltimore Ravens, 11 wins a team.
Brock,
over
we have
500.
spoken about the Ravens. You and George kissed. We're friends. Even though I said they'd win 2 and you weren't like, oh, I love you, buddy.
I already know I already know you.
You already love me. You did that. That was a real moment for you guys. I'm going to find that moment and clip it.
Okay.
I thought you were going to kiss.
We might just.
If George wasn't a roaring homophobe, I think you would have kissed them.
Oh, roaring.
Hey, we are what we are. We can't help it.
Hey, I'm as God made me.
As I've said it many times before, I'm one dick away. I don't know. I'm not sure, and I'm comfortable with the fact that I'm
You're
not sure.
comfortable with it in your uncertainty.
I don't know.
That's
I'm
fine.
a happily married man with a very attractive wife, and I am not sure.
Shout out to Seth.
I'm not sure.
I think in
Bills?
in Buffalo, the Bills, the running game's looking good. Josh Allen's really hitting his stride. His game on the weekend was amazing.
That's the best game he's played all year.
And he's playing well at the right time.
I just hope he doesn't try and do too much. But
But that's the point. He's not. He's not.
I've loved the
See that
last
touchdown
kind of-
run? See that
Oh,
touchdown
mate.
run? Jesus Christ, man.
He's so good. He's so big. People don't realize how fucking
He's
big
fucking
that guy is
enormous, bro.
and how fast he is.
Yeah.
I just think I just
'Cause
don't like betting against the Chiefs. I want the Bills to win, I really do, but I just think they'll lose. I don't know why. It's like him with the Packers. I don't know.
I think they'll be able to run the ball consistently against
Yeah.
Kansas.
Kansas City defense is pretty good.
I didn't say they weren't.
But you
I just
think-
said I think they'll be able to run the ball well.
What's
And
the
that-
weather going to be like?
It's going to be fucking freezing. What do you think? It's going to be probably like
it's
zero
pretty cold.
degrees or
Yeah.
something.
Hope it's a good game.
I can't see why.
I hope Josh Allen wins in overtime by the new rules. He didn't make
No,
it.
because he's like 0-5 in overtime since the rules changed.
I'm aware. And I'm sure Josh Allen is. Sorry, I'm sure Jalen is too.
I'm
I'm
sure
chucking
he
on
is too.
Jalen.
No. I think
Shout out to our boy
they'll-
Lockie though. I thought he was gonna have a heart attack when they were fucking up 3 scores on the Lockie. If you're getting a heart attack over being up 3 scores against the Pittsburgh fucking Steelers
Yeah,
because they blocked a punt and got a touchdown, chill out, man.
yeah, true.
You were always winning that game.
Tamar Hamlin made a tackle and got a heart attack. It's fine. Shit happens.
Actually, he didn't even make the
Didn't he make
He
the tackle?
didn't make the
He
tackle.
got
No.
because he died.
-6 degrees in Buffalo. this
Yeah,
week.
-6. So it's going to be fucking cold.
Go Bills, but
But it
Chiefs
doesn't matter
take it.
because the Chiefs are cold weather team anyway. So
Yeah.
I don't think the cold is just like whatever.
I am team Bills, but I think the Chiefs will win.
No,
Who you got?
I got the Chiefs.
yeah, okay, that's fine.
That's it.
I got to go with my girl Tay Tay.
Hey,
God.
she got Kyle Juszczyk's
Yeah.
wife to make them jackets,
Yeah.
and then
Why
Kyle
is- Why is this fucking news? No one cares.
I've been following Juszczyk's wife all year. They've been great outfits.
Hold on 1 second. Welcome to the Taylor Swift podcast, starring JA and Brock. He's done. Hey, Karma is the guy that plays on the Chiefs. Coming home to me. He's coming home to me, George.
Unmute my mic, you fuck.
I've unmuted you. You're unmuted. I did it for 1 second.
Fuck Taylor Swift.
Kelsey is. He's given her
Yeah.
the best
Oh.
3 inches of her life. All right, that's it. Can we just, before we finish, congratulations to Jason Kelsey. I know we touched on
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Guy's a fucking animal. He is the heart. And I think every single person that loves NFL, it doesn't matter who you go
could
for.
detest- you could detest the Eagles. You love Jason.
I
Kelce.
do, and I love Jason Kelsey. That guy's a fucking animal. And I saw a clip today. Have you seen the clip where Travis Kelsey says why he's number 87?
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that too.
Because
Yeah.
his brother, I almost fucking cried.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know, the story was Travis Kelsey was a fucking moron in college and got kicked out of a college.
Yeah.
And Jason Kelsey convinced the Cincinnati Bearcats to bring him in against
yeah.
all. He was into drugs, drinking, all that sort of shit.
Yep.
Against all their better judgment, they trusted Jason. And from all reports, Jason basically kept him in fucking line
Yeah.
for 2 years. And that Travis Kelsey literally is number 87 because Jason Kelsey was born in 1987,
Yep.
and it is the only reason he believes that he's in the NFL with his brother.
Yep.
That's it. That is,
And-
and alive, he said.
And now, so he went from potentially dead to now maybe the best tight end ever.
I think he is the best tight end ever.
No, I think Gronk, full flight Gronk is basically untouchable.
Gronk's the best all-round tight end ever.
And
If
full
it's a
and
receiving
and
tight
we'll
end.
talk- we touched on him
Kelsey's
before. We touched on him before too. Full flight Shay Sharp is
Yeah, he was good.
something to see.
Do you
too.
know who has the most consecutive 1,000-yard seasons as a tight end, though?
Jimmy Graham?
Kelsey with 8. Do you know what
Oh,
the
really?
next best is in a row?
Probably like 4.
2.
Who's that? Gronk?
There's like 4 of them that have it.
Yeah, right.
Jason Witten.
Tony Gonzalez?
Yeah, Gonzalez,
Yeah.
Jason Witten. I think Gronk.
Yeah.
Gronk might have 3, actually.
Yeah,
Gronk
okay.
might have been on 3. But either way, he's like 4
Yeah.
times it.
Yeah.
That's how good he's been. So shout out
Yeah,
to
but
Trav
Alex
Jason.
Smith loved to throw his little dinks to him as well. Don't forget.
How dare
It's true.
Alex Smith was a fucking saint.
He
And
never,
he ruined Washington for everyone.
he never threw the ball more than 15 yards in the air, bro. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Also, keeping receipts. Shout out to David Carr. He was right. Mariota should have been the starter.
What should have been?
Peace out, everyone. Enjoy the
Peace.
playoffs.
Yo, welcome to the show. Gather round, listen close. We got George, Brock, and J.A. bringing you the most NFL podcast. It's about to go down. 3 amigos ready to run this town. George, man, he's the Eagles' #1 fan. Obnoxious and loud, he'll make you understand. He'll talk smack about every other team, but deep down, he's just living a dream. Brock, repping the Ravens, always bringing the heat with analysis that's so on point and so deep. He knows the game inside out, no doubt. Just don't get on his bad side, he'll call